everyone, and welcome to the Albarian, where we play TTRPGs and have a hoot. It's Sunday, which is still weird. I had Monday off and my brain has not recovered. Still. Ever since. It feels not like Sunday. How is everyone doing? I'm joined by the regular table. Almost. Hey.
Doing great.
Excellent.
New episode of True Detective Season 4 tonight. Cannot wait.
Ooh.
Is it
If
good?
you ain't watching it, get on it. So far, only one episode, but I enjoyed it. So,
Nice.
we shall see.
Good job, True Detective. I have never seen any of that. I don't know.
Loser.
I know. Well, we don't have Hate, Laugh, Love anymore, so I don't have any reason to be watching any media instead of just reading books
Right.
and all my other
My movie
stuff.
consumption has gone so
It's
down.
just gone. Like, I don't consume movies anymore.
Well, that seems like a skill issue to me, guys. What about you?
Skill issue.
What do you think? I think they just need to get good and start making time to watch some movies.
Oh gosh.
Oh, speaking of making
It's
time
probably
to
true.
do some things, why don't we talk about our lovely sponsor, Ben?
Yes. Our sponsor
As he
That-
pulls it up, folks.
is. How about we figure out what character am I gonna go for this time? I know last Tuesday we let Chat GPT kind of
I
decide
wanna
a character for us.
I wanna see Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I wanna
I
see
can
your
do
Optimus
a good
Prime
Optimus
version.
Prime.
Hmm.
Okay. All right, that's gonna be fun. Okay. Oh come on! Now you fumble the last step. We're
It
on the
happens from time to
document.
time.
Come on.
Is he talking to his brain or the
Load.
document? I can't remember.
Load!
A little bit of both. Come on, brain. Why don't
How do
you?
I do this thinking thing again?
Oh man, and there goes my camera.
Oh, everything's breaking.
Okay.
It's all falling apart, folks.
We
Very
are
quickly.
technology.
Well, the good thing Optimus Prime is here to save the day.
Yay!
Need guidance on life, auto, or homeowners insurance? Contact Kate Woolman State Farm for all your insurance needs. Rates can be more affordable than you think, and protecting what matters most to you is important. Call Ben at 719-539-6265, and I'll set you up with what you need. That's 719-539-6265. Autobots, roll out.
Insert noise of Autobots rolling out. Here. God. Oof. Oh,
The Optimum Prime. Optimum Prime.
Optimum Prime.
Optimum Prime.
This is very optimum. Oh, amazing. Well, thank you, Kate Woolman, as always, for sponsoring us, you delightful human
Yes.
being. The little biddies. On Tuesday, we're back to shenanigans. We finished Deltarune last time. What are we doing this time?
Well, we could do the alternate route on Deltarune. It's called the Snowgrave route. We could do that. I am in a similar conundrum that we will run into, as we did with Undertale. How I had not actually beat Sans ever. We might get throttled at the final boss that I don't want to ruin, but yeah, in real life I have not beaten that boss, so I've not technically finished the Snowgrave route for myself. So I am thinking maybe it might be time to put on our pirate hats once again and play that Monkey Island. That was it's
Mhm.
like the sequel to Monkey Island 2.
Oh.
But it brought back like the whole cast and everything from
Oh,
the Curse of Monkey
cool.
Island.
Yeah.
So it's technically replacing the Curse of Monkey Island. So the Curse of Monkey Island never happened in this universe. So what we saw in that game, so this is kind of like a alternate. But the original creator, I forget what his name is, but he said he was like never coming back to do a Monkey Island game again, which is why they had to replace him for the Curse of Monkey Island to begin with. Came back, and I think his name is Ron Gilbert. But he came back and was like, "All right, I'm gonna officially write Monkey Island 3," and that's what we got. So I'm thinking we'll heavily lean in that direction. So
Nice.
I got Xbox Game Pass and a computer that can actually play stuff now. So
Woo!
yeah, we can check some stuff out. Yeah.
Spectacular.
I was streaming Atomic Heart at 1080p. I was like, and I was running Atomic Heart on Ultra. Check that out.
You can go check that out at Benjigaba.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Benjigaba.
Yeah, got it. Playing Atomic Heart. Look at that. Go follow the Benjigaba. There you go. Do it too.
I always want to make like smaller, like bite-sized things for YouTube, but editing is so tedious. You literally have to watch it.
Enjoy editing so much. I make myself laugh. If I'm making myself laugh, you're probably laughing as well. And if you're not, there's something wrong with your brain. Anyways, that's on Tuesday. On Thursday, we are having a wonderful little campaign wrap-up on the Mystery of Bloodheim. It is done. It is finished. So we are going to be gathering for about 2 hours to answer all your pressing questions. I don't think the channel exists any. It does, actually. There is, inside our lore library inside the Discord, there's a sub-channel called Mystery of Bloodheim. Whatever questions you have for the characters, for the GM, or for the entire lore of the world itself, pop it on in there. We'll answer it on Thursday at 8 p.m. MT. That's going to be a shorter one, only about 2 hours of us sitting around, jabbering at each other, and answering your questions. Campaign wrap-up. Yay. And the next day after that is Fate Core miniseries part 3. Without giving out any major spoilers, we've made some ashes, smudged some ashes, almost got smudged ourselves, and are about to possibly get smudged. It's a great good time. We're hopping into the TTRPG system Fate Core, and it's great. Absolutely loving it. And if you want context, go watch the miniseries. You might understand after that. If not, yeah. Other than that, it's coming around to Sunday again. And we'll only talk about that on the other days. I don't think I have anything else on my side. Oh, hey, actually, hang on. I do have a little something. Wait for it to load. Merch, everyone! We have a merch store with new designs and one's underway. Look at this wonderful. Do you believe in friendship? Do you believe in friendship? Altian does.
I think I gotta pull the trigger. I think I got to. Just too good.
We should make one later, an
Look at
updated
that.
version where I am beating a thug up, like on the ground, and it says, "Do you believe in friendship?"
Oh, you can get that design on multiple different things, on the hoodie, on whatever this thing's called, tank top, on a normal t-shirt, and then there's the Nathriel holding hands with Brolog design. Oh, look at that. They're so cute and wonderful. Friends forever. How delightful. There we go. Go check out our merch. Go take a look-sees. That is everything from me. Anyone got anything on your sides?
No.
Let's go make some friends.
beat up a
Let's
plant,
go make
guys.
some friends and beat up a plant. Woo.
It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods. If not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Ooh.
And
I
welcome
heard-
back, everyone. I just hit them with a really bad pun joke.
We
It
all
was
took a.
awful.
Hold on, let me grab the D8.
It was so
Emotional
bad.
Took
damage.
two
Seven
2d10
psychic
psychic
on that
damage.
one. Ow.
Psychic damage.
That one hurt us, folks.
Oh, I'm proud of that one. That one did really well. I'm looking for it. Here it is.
Emotional damage!
Channel.
Yes,
There we
Hold on.
go.
that's
Good one.
exactly it.
I'm taking reoccurring damage afterward.
Oh, Tangerine going on about things that are just not true. Anyway. Ooh! Oof! Oof, indeed.
With that.
Recap from last week. The Hand, in their separate little parts, having done things separately for about 6 lunas or so, have come back together for the most part, minus Taffy and Zora, who's dead, unfortunately, in order to, in quote-unquote, in the Altians' words, babysit 2 aberrations up to a giant tree, so that they can investigate, according to Julian, on their own, to make sure it's not something they might be thinking that it is, but, well, that's what you've been told. And now you find yourselves inside the jungles of Vesuth, traveling northwards to get to the marshlands outside of the jungle area where this giant tree is located, trudging your ways through these knee-high for most, waist-high for Schnorzboop, waters and smudgy grounds. A giant centipede reared its head up behind Abovine and Slabarat, and before it could get eaten, had tentacles wrapped around it, and it was drawn in, crushing its carapace against this large mass of moss that is trapped on the side of a rock. And as soon as you all see that, you begin to realize that there are more tendrils slithering and sliding all around your feet. And that is where we are starting off today with Initiative.
Oh. Okay. The die.
What?
I'm gonna go with the Gabagoo dice today.
Gabagoo dice. Nice.
Oof, Maron. That's a 13. Sorry, I'll wait.
Alrighty, let's go around in a circle here. Schnorzboop.
We got a 9.
Ooh, 9. And that was a 13 from Multian, right? Nice. Abovine.
13 as well.
Ooh. Fight. Who wants it first?
Not. I mean, I only have a +0, so.
Nah, probably Ultian then. Big 10.
Yep.
23.
Ooh. That's a good reaction there. Slabarat.
16.
Nice. This thing. Really? Okay. All right, I'm going to move us over to the map location now that we have that organized and set up. I'm going to... Marshlands all wet, so part of the conditions of this area is everything is difficult terrain, so your movement is going to be halved unless you have something around that. Coming up first here is going to be Big Tin. You're up first with your big old 23. And Slabberat, you're on deck.
In case I would need to do a reaction here, do I know, is this plant thing sentient?
Yeah, so in the ways we discussed, no.
Cool.
It would not be considered that kind.
I don't see anything that says that I'm immune to this terrain, so... For now, I'll just move there. And attack.
Okay. Go for it. Give me those attacks.
Oh, we just shut down everything. That's not good. Okay. The first bite attack.
Hum num num num.
22.
22 hits.
So I should have been doing this earlier. 2d8. Okay. There it is. So that will be 15 damage. 15 force damage.
Nice.
From the bite. And then 2 claw attacks. Or nub attacks. Not technically
Nub
claws.
attacks.
Wow. We're just rolling awesome today.
Wow, yeah.
This is definitely different from yesterday. Let's see here. So that would be like a 27, I'm sure hits.
Oh, yeah.
And that is 2d6. So 7 plus 5, 12 points of lightning damage.
12 points of lightning.
And then the second claw. There's the natural one. Yay, balances all out. And a whiff.
Fruth. Coming in with a bite, you chomp into a large, meaty portion of it. Meaty in quotes. You can hear the sizzling and the popping of your force pushing through these water vesicles as some splashback comes back out of it. Same thing with the claw. There's like these pustules that pop as you are dragging your claws through it. For a moment, your right paw being stuck inside a little bank of mud is maybe a little annoying, and then you start feeling the burning sensation coming from your mouth and your claws as the acid from this creature starts eating away. For the 2 attacks, it's 2d6 of acid damage.
Hey, this is my first acid damage.
Yeah, a total of 8 acid damage. And for the
Yeah.
rest of you, what you would see is basically this greenish liquid popping outwards as BT's doing these actions.
That's
Another
my
word?
free action. I will yell out saying, "It burns! It burns!"
Just a little smoke sizzling out from the mouth and the foot. Is that your... anything else?
W.
That's it. Awesome. Slabberat, you are up with Ultian on deck.
Ooh.
All right, so
Ooh.
first thing I'm going to do is move right here. Oh, hold on. There we go. Will that provoke an attack of opportunity?
You should be able to move your token. Yeah, it did
So-
not.
We are right there. Probably actually right there. So we moved 15 feet. Yeah, 30
That's
feet, so-
30 feet because this is all difficult terrain.
Okay, so full 30 feet, we're right here. If I use something ranged, can I go like over Abavine or like
You can go around.
around? Yeah, okay.
Your allies technically aren't considered difficult terrain for yourself to shoot around
Okay.
because
Okay.
they're mobile targets, and Abavine very reasonably would know that you're right behind them shooting. A thing they would be able to move for you.
So this tentacle monstrosity
Mhm.
and this giant centipede are what we're looking at.
The centipede, I will tell you, the body is still there, but it is very much dead.
Oh, okay. And what are these yellow things? Are these mushrooms or?
Like giant lily pads grown from the water.
Oh,
Like
okay.
those, what are they called? I don't think it's lily pads. Is that right? Things those frogs would hop
That
on.
makes sense. Yeah, those are lily pads.
Lily pads? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Big old lily pads.
Okay. Well, I am going to do a good old magic missile
Haha.
on this tentacled thing. Can I aim at the root of one of his tentacles? Like a
Would you
joint?
like to aim at one of the tentacles?
Maybe not not the end of the tentacle, but like the base of it, where
The base
like
of it too. So
the
you
socket
would like to try to
connects-
aim at one of the tentacles, but at the base of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Rather
absolutely
than
can.
the body.
How many would you like
I
to
feel like
direct
that
at
might-
it?
I feel like we're gonna throw all three at just one tentacle.
Just one? Okay.
So all hitting the same spot. So
But
what
they-
is my spell?
There's no attacks to magic missile, it's just damage. That's the
Oh.
joys of magic missile,
Oh.
it just hits. So you're rolling
Nice.
3d4 if you're putting 1d4
yeah.
for each.
You know when you're in a boss fight and the boss has those like bright lights that just track into you, then you have to like dodge. These you cannot dodge.
Mhm.
They're like
Yeah.
auto tracked.
That is amazing.
So we got to maneuver into that situation where they get into that perpetual cerebellum of just circling around you because they can't turn enough. So just spinning around you.
So we got 3, 2, and 2. So 7 damage.
7
Force
damage. These 3 bolts whip around from behind Abavine and shoot up arc, slamming into the root, the base location of it. It withers, and then withers again even more, but it's still barely attached at the base there. Working, but heavily damaged.
Okay.
That is a spell in action.
Can I prep Misty Step as a can I prep a bonus action?
Misty Step
Or,
would
like,
also
as
be
a
another
reaction?
spell. So you can't do 2 spells in one turn. You can do a spell and a cantrip, but you
Hmm.
cannot do 2 leveled
Okay.
spells in one turn. Misty Step is a leveled spell, so is Magic Missile.
Okay.
And you can't prep
Good
bonus
to know.
actions. Although actually we say you can prep bonus actions. But it's the fact that
Oh,
it's a spell.
what level is magic missile?
1.
Oh, that was level 1, yeah. So we have to get used to that again. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm sitting there. Do. Oh, hey, yeah, somebody cast a spell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roll for it.
I forgot all about that. I gotta. Yeah, what is my copy? No, magic. So 16s. Okay. First
Yes.
roll. 13 plus my Arcana. I gotta remember that now. So that is a 16.
Excellent.
Second roll.
Nah,
Nope. Nope. Didn't get it. Oh well.
that'd be a good one.
Yeah, I know. Really. Magic missile for my cat.
Just opens up the mouth.
So real quick, the
Yeah.
spell thing, is that a wizard thing or is that just in general?
That's in general. That's
Like-
always.
okay.
It has been an always thing. You've always only been able to only do one spell, and then a cantrip, if any other magic.
Okay.
You can never do 2 spells in one turn.
Then I
They're
think I'm out of
level
actions,
spells.
so I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
Because the only other reaction would be shield, and that's a level 1
Yeah,
spell too. So.
that's also a reaction, not a bonus action.
Okay, so a reaction counts as an
Reaction
action
is something it's something you do outside of your turn, typically.
instead of an action.
You always have a reaction. It's not instead of anything. So during your
Oh,
turn,
okay.
you have your action, bonus action, and
I guess I
movement.
just misunderstood that.
Outside of your turn, you have your reaction. You can use your
Okay, that
reaction for
makes more
certain
sense.
things. So if a spell says reaction, you don't need to be planning to cast that. If I attack you, you can say, I would like to reaction cast shield. Then your AC gets
Oh,
bumped
okay.
up by 5.
That's better than I thought it was.
Uh-huh. Reactions are great.
Yes, please cast that lots of times.
I don't need Big Tin knowing shield as well. That's
That's a reaction with how many reactions I have.
a ton.
Shield, shield. You guys shield. You guys shield. You guys shield. You guys shield.
All right. That being Slabrat, Ultian, you're up. Ambavine, you're on deck.
Okay. On a quick glance, are there any tall trees in this area, or is it all low edge?
These are all kind of so. You've got maybe a 15-foot tree that's got smaller branches, but looking at these things, you're Ultian who grew up in the desert. To give the player knowledge, because I know Tangerine would be pestering me for this right now, because their character would know this. These are stunted growth trees because all the moisture, or not moisture, all the nutrients is being sucked by the colossal jungle trees around you. They're like shrubs, basically. They're overgrown shrubs.
Okay. So, are there any of those colossal trees around us now? Within 30 feet of me, perhaps?
Not within 30 feet of you. They're not on the map for a reason. I didn't want to put part of a trunk, because this entire area would be filled up by a trunk.
Okay, this is my question. Are they sturdy enough to hold my weight? That is what he's looking for. If I have to investigate for that, I will.
A tree? Sturdy enough to hold your weight. Sure, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Dice gets oh, baby. Let's go. That's a 31 with a nat 20.
Oh!
A waste of a nat 20 investigation check, but okay.
Massive waste.
Yeah.
There's a few. There's this one
Ooh.
might be able to. There's one up here that might
so-
be able to.
Click on the first one again real quick.
This one, right behind Big
That one?
Tin. And then this one might be able to. The thing is, it's just trunk. No big branches. The branches are just
I was
giant
just gonna
leaves.
hang on it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna hang on it. That was not within my range. All right. Well, that was a waste of a bonus action for an investigation, but that is okay.
Reminder as well. Remember, we upgraded the range of your whippy, lashy, grapply thingy to not 30 feet, 60 feet.
That's right.
Yes, and it's got a tinsel strength that's twice as strong.
That's right. I need to write those notes down.
Introduction of the
Into
concept
doc.
of
They're
architect
in my...
upgradation.
Okay. Well, then As my action for this turn, I'm gonna zipline. You guys, for the first time, Vaughn, you might be able to see Altian pull out a grappling gun and shoot on over to this tree that hopefully is sturdy enough to hold my weight.
Hang on,
And
let
I'm
me
gonna
roll
hang
for it.
15. I'm gonna hang 15 feet up if the tree allows it. Dice gods willing. Do I fall
You're
15
fine.
feet?
You're good.
Okay.
I always consider the top half. I had 95 to 100. It snaps with your weight flying into it. I rolled 5%, so it will back and forth. Like, you're going to be swaying for a bit. You're going to be.
I spend the rest of my turn swaying back and forth, and we can count that as my movement because I've got nothing else to do.
No bonus actions. Well, technically,
Nope,
I would have
'cause I
taken a
used
bonus
that for-
action for the
Yeah.
investigation. Fair.
That's why I had to use the grappling hook as my action, but that's okay.
That is okay. In a nice position. Yeah, okay, so you're higher up here. With your passive and with the investigation having gone up, I'm going to give you a couple of things.
Oh, give them to me.
Yeah, because you basically used your turn. How do I do? What is? Oh. Why is it two different versions? I don't understand. So, along this rock area, there's another smaller one of these things. And over
Yuck.
here, there's another smaller one of these things. They look
Okay,
like their tendrils are nowhere near as long, though. Like, BT is just on the edge of where this smaller one on the right-hand side's reaches.
Okay, I'm going to communicate to everyone. At least, well, I should probably yell this because two of us don't have communicators, so I'm going to yell this so everybody knows. If my voice mode goes, there we go.
Nice.
2 more. 3 o'clock and 11 from my position. Give or take.
Give or take. Excellent. Abavine, you're up.
45.
All right, so I'd like to play into my character's design specifically here. I have a reaction where if anything attacks, specifically Slabrat, but it is anyone who's within 5 feet of me. But if anything attacks Slabrat and he's in 5 feet of me, I impose disadvantage. I would like to hold my attack for if I end up having to impose disadvantage, so that I attack who I'm imposing disadvantage on.
Okay. Nice. Smooth. Excellent.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm glad that made sense.
Any bonus action?
Bonus action wise, I don't. No. Bonus action wise, that'll come the turn after I attack.
Okay. Well, in that case, planned execution looks like whatever your attack is, you're going to have an advantage on it as well, because you're focusing, settling up, and getting genuinely prepared for this. Didn't have time to even tell Schnozboop he's on deck. Schnozboop, it's your turn now.
And my turn is done, he says.
Excellent. Okay. I haven't workshopped these ditties fully yet, but we're gonna go with it. See how it goes. So,
Where's
did you
the
say?
you?
Am I in range of this guy? Does
You
he
have no
reach or
idea what
something?
his range is.
Okay.
You can
fair
tell
enough.
that there are tentacles around your feet, so I can say yes, you are within range, but you're not sure what his range is.
Okay. We're gonna. You hear a The group will hear a melodious melody that has not yet been determined, but you
Boo.
will hear
Played.
Snaz Boop sing out, "I'm here to help," and will bless Ultian, Big Tin, and Abovine. So you have until I release my concentration. Oh, that's a person. Greetings, person.
Oh, hi, person.
For your attack rolls and saving throws, add a d4 to all of them.
Cool.
You said Abra, who did you?
Ultian, Big Tin, and Abovine.
Abavane, right, yes.
And what level was that?
That's a level 2.
17.
Oh, wait, apologies.
Played out, oh, I'm here to help.
That's a level 1. I thought it was level 2. It's not. It's a level 1.
Ah.
Nope.
Oof.
Nope. And then Big 10. Do you believe in friendship? Consider yourself inspired. And then that'll be the end of Snazwoop's turn.
What's your inspiration at?
I think it's still at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay,
D8.
Slabberat doesn't need help.
Schlabberat doesn't need help. Okay. That being that, it's now its turn. It is going to... Bigton, you're right there. We'll start with you. You having just bitten into it and clawed into it, one of these tendrils is going to start trying to wrap rapidly around your body. It's going to make a tendril attack against you. Oh my gosh.
Imagine that.
What happened? What? Where did my sheety go? Yeah, imagine that. Here we go. Whoop! Ooh! 18 plus 7, 25.
Well, that will probably hit if it's an attack roll.
It is an attack roll, yeah. 25 to
that will
hit?
hit.
Yeah? Cool. Cool.
Yep.
It wraps around you and draws you tight to its body. You are considered restrained, as you can feel the goos start to seep out of the moss and onto your body. So I'm going to move you one closer to it for that. Add another icon there. And it's going to do the same thing. 2 more tendrils are going to start wrapping themselves up towards Schnozboop and Slabberat. So Abavine, your reaction is going off here. I'm going to roll my attack against Schnozboop first. It's a 10 plus 7, 17. Does that hit you, Schnozboop?
It's a meets beats situation, yeah.
Okay. This tendril wraps up, slaps into you, and pulls you into it as well. You are considered restrained and held against his body as you can feel this wet liquid seeping through your clothes now. Abavine, what was your attack?
Well, specifically, the reaction causes disadvantage on its attack, and then I attack. So it will still attack, and then I will attack.
Okay. I mean...
But it has disadvantage.
Yes, but still, what's your attack?
Beautiful. Okay. My attack is... With my battle axe, it comes swinging down. I rolled a 19 on the dice plus 17, plus 7. 26?
26 hits. Just roll your damage.
Nice. I'll roll this die because it's heavy. Nice. 8 slashing.
8 slashing. coming, sweeping down, chopping through. I'm trying to think. I need someone to roll a random dice. Tell me what the dice is and tell me what number you rolled.
I have a D4.
Nice. Roll a d4.
2.
2? You got a 2? Great. Happens to be the same tendril that Slabrat hit previously. So you bringing down your axe onto this thing, I had to make that decision quickly to whether or not, because I didn't figure it out earlier. So thank you, Ethan, for helping out.
I gave you a 50-50 shot, I think.
It sure did. That's exactly it.
Nice.
Come slipping down, slicing through this tendril as it is wrapping up and around your foot, Slabrat. I'm not going to actually roll the attack, because the attack's only to bring you in, and with it being chopped, it's not going to do that. Not going to succeed in it. That is its turn. So we are coming around to Big Tin. Big Tin, at the start of your turn, as you are restrained against its body, you are taking 2d8 of acid damage.
As one attack?
It's not even an attack, you're just taking the damage. You are restrained against its
Ow.
body. It is digesting you. 10 points of acid damage. And it's your turn.
Ouchie, ouchie. Okay, so we are attacking.
As restrained, keep in mind, attacks are at disadvantage.
That's fine.
Is it, though?
So how? Okay, this is gonna be weird. It's at disadvantage, but how do I add inspiration and bless to a disadvantage roll?
So you get the result of what your dice is, and
then add.
Yeah, then add.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what we get. I'm gonna use both on the bite. Or bless is gonna hit on everything, but then
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the inspiration on the bite.
Awesome.
So my two rolls are a 19 and an 11. So I guess we're taking the 11. And then D8. 5, so that's 16. And then the D4. Whoa! Just a second. I don't know why.
10d4.
I don't know why I had that set up for 10d4.
When
think it
did you
might have been
hit
the
someone
monk.
with 10d4 of damage?
I think it was.
I think that was
yeah, I
during
think it was the
our
bunk. Yeah.
little one shots. 4. Okay,
Ooh.
so that's a dirty 20 then. Adds up to a dirty 20.
Is
What's
that
your mod to hit?
modifier?
What?
You rolled an.
Do you have a-
Did you add your strength modifier and attack modifier?
Oh, so now we're up to like 28.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
Yeah. I don't think you needed to use your inspiration on that one, but hell yeah.
It doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure I hit it. 9 plus 5, 14 damage.
14 damage. And that's force damage, right?
That's force damage.
Excellent. There's another d6 for the melee attack against it.
Yeah.
3 more acid damage to yourself.
3 more. I'm getting the acid resistance sooner or later here.
It's fine, everyone. They're getting resistance by taking
Yeah.
damage. They want to get hurt. I'm doing them a
Yeah.
favor.
Like, you know how many? I'll be dead 10 times over before I get resistance. But anyway.
You know, every
So
little helps.
then, every little bit helps. Anyway, 1 claw. Ugh, now we're just gonna say that misses altogether.
Yeah, those ones did not like
Scraping,
you.
trying.
And
Can't
the
get
other
away.
claw. And we miss it
Ooh.
again. Well,
Yeah.
that's why we added.
You're basically
And
letting the tendrils draw your mouth in and then just closing your mouth, chomping away at the moss as it's
yeah,
seeping you inside.
that's it for us.
Oh, okay, another 14 added onto it. Slabrat, you're up. Altian's on deck.
Alright, we are going to use Firebolt, which at the level that we're at, since we're above 5th level, I have 2d10. But let's see.
Spell attack to hit first.
It's
Double
plus
spell?
6, so that is 19.
Firebolt's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Cantrip, yay! So straight up 15s. Hey.
Ooh, and did you say
19?
19 to hit?
Yeah.
19. Your firebolt hits into a particularly sloppy and wet location and just dissipates. Didn't hit the AC.
Oh, okay. It wasn't because it was fire, was it?
Wasn't because it was fire. No, you didn't meet its AC. Its AC is not higher than 19.
Okay. We'll shoot.
This is
I
where
think
if you
I'm-
have a bonus action spell, you can still cast the bonus action spell, because Firebolt is a cantrip,
Like Misty Step.
like Misty Step.
Should I though?
I mean, getting further away is not a bad idea.
That is true. Let's see. Where do we at if we're here?
Remember, difficult terrain. You can only
Okay.
move 15. The equivalency of 15 feet.
Well,
Okay, so
Misty Step's
Except for
a
Misty Step.
teleport, though.
Yeah. Unless
oh,
it's
wait, that's
Misty
a bad
Step.
guy.
No, Ben, go that way. By all means, please.
Ignore my warning.
I think we're gonna misty step to right here. Come on. Right here. Come on. There we go. And Jow. It's a level 1 spell. No. Level 2.
Level 2 spell. Big Tin.
Okay.
Misty Step. You actually already have it. Never mind.
Yep, sorry, I already have Misty Step, so I know this one.
All right, and we are ending our turn.
Excellent. Okay. Stepped away. Altian, you're up. Abavine, you're on deck.
Okay. I think it's time to use it. At least one of them. Taking out my hand crossbow.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I'm going to load her up with an explosive bolt, and I'm gonna shoot this one. I'm gonna shoot this one.
Oh, I think I'm gonna shoot it, guys. I think he's gonna shoot it.
I think he's gonna shoot it. Okay, 1 second. Let me. What's my modifier for that one again? Sorry.
Yeah.
Take it out of my inventory, which I will count as my bonus action, if you'll allow that, because it was actually in my inventory, not not available for me to grab immediately. So once again,
okay.
using a bonus action for something else. I want to be fair here.
Taking notes for the future, just future self, make these more easy to grab.
Yep. All right, to hit, and then I add a D4 to that because I am blessed.
Yeah.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does not hit, but you're not too far off of the AC. So roll a d6.
Okay, shall I grab one?
I hope you don't roll a 5. Did you roll a
Hope
5?
I don't roll a 5.
Yeah.
I did roll a 5.
You rolled a 5. Okay, Abavine.
As you said, I hope you don't roll a 5. It dropped on a 5. You could not have planned that better.
Abavine, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I can do that.
No, I'm not shooting in that direction. I'm shooting this
yeah,
one.
I can do
Which
that.
one?
This guy.
That guy?
This guy.
Oh, never mind then. We're
Oh, yeah.
We're
I'm shooting
good.
This one.
We're good.
Okay.
It's going to fall short, so this thing can't make any dex saves. It will only take half the damage, but roll
The
your damage
damage.
for the explosion.
Yes, so that was a fourth of the dynamite. I think is what we came up on. So
As a
hold on,
note,
where
I
is
would
that?
be the best person for that to accidentally hit because I have things that make it so that I don't take damage if I save, and I have advantage on my save.
That is the best one then.
Okay, so he takes 2 because that's half of 4.
2 points of damage.
So 1 force and 1 fire.
One
Ouch.
force and
Okay.
1 fire. The explosion causes a few of its tendrils to start writhing about in a way to where you can tell what this creature's reach is.
Oh. Oh, indeed, I came to the wrong tree.
Yeah, you're just out of his reach.
No, but I'm not out of this guy's reach
Oh, definitely not.
by a
No,
long shot.
No.
I came
No
to the
one
wrong
is.
tree.
Okay.
Okay, so that was my action and my bonus action. So I did not have that prepared.
Okay.
Did not expect to be using ranged weapons in this at this particular moment. So that's my turn.
Bavine, it's you. Snozboops on deck.
Alright, so I had thought I was going to do a bunch of other stuff this turn, but it turns out I'm not far enough away from them yet, so I am going to do the exact same thing as last turn, except I'm going to move first. And then I'm going to ready my attack for if I have a reaction on causing disadvantage against Slabarat.
Okay. Perfection. And how many attacks do you have per attack action?
Per attack, 2.
2? Okay. So, for you, seeing as you're not regular at the table, we do have, if you hold your action, your attack action for an attack, you can use all of your attacks in it. Because it's kind of lame that when you hold your attack action, you don't get to. It's strange.
I cut the other thing in half, so...
It was already
Perfect.
damaged. They have 10 health each. You wouldn't have actually killed it, so...
Add a second
Important to-
attack. So
yeah.
perfect.
Good.
I'll remember that for next time.
Excellente. Then, Schnozboop. Beginning of your turn, you take 2d8 of acid damage, being restrained to this thing.
Oh, goody.
Goody. I love being digested in the morning. Oh, that's bad too. 14 points of acid damage.
Ow. Okay.
I also need you to make a concentration saving throw for your bless.
Okay. This isn't magical, seemingly.
No, this is very 100% natural liquids coming from this thing.
Okay, so that's... what do I want? On a con?
DC 10. And you're adding
Okay.
your con. So con saving throw.
So I'm going to use my legendary action thing to make that what would be a save.
Succeed? Okay, so legendary
I want to make that a
resistance.
succeed.
Schnozboop has a mask that gives them this now. At least it's only once per day.
Yes. So we're gonna succeed instead.
Okay.
And then question: can I Misty Step out of his grasp?
You can certainly try.
Okay. And then I forget what the ruling was because I think we've talked about this before. Can I use? I have something that requires a bonus action. Can I use my action to do that thing?
I usually say yeah, why not? Because, well, actually, yeah, it doesn't go the other way. It goes that way. You can't use your bonus action to do an action, but you can use an action to do a bonus action. Because the way I see bonus actions is that they're quicker than actions. So feasibly,
cool.
you should be able to use 2 bonus actions if you're sacrificing your action.
Cool. So that being the case,
Keeping
I'm
in
going
mind the enemies can do that too. If I allow you all to do that, the enemies can do it too.
Okay, so they changed roll 20 a little bit here.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2 different versions.
All right. I'm going to attempt to Misty Step over here.
Excellent.
Can I do that?
You sure can.
gonna-
There's no problems.
Great.
And now you
Great.
know.
And now we know.
Cool.
You can.
Excellent. And so then, seeing as how, Big Tin used it so well, do you believe in friendship? Big Tin.
I was just about to remind myself to get rid of it. Never mind.
And then I'm going to go ahead and use 10 more feet. Just back up a little more.
Backing up a little more. Let me just.
And that'll be
remind
the end of the
myself
turn.
Something. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. That being the end of your turn, it is over to its turn. Oh, this is delightful. Okay. Cool. The tendril around you, Big Tin, is going to start squeezing. I need you to make a strength saving throw, keeping in mind you are restrained, so it is at disadvantage.
Still get the D4, though.
Still get the d4, because it is still a saving throw.
And if you want to use Inspiration, go ahead.
Well, let's see. What are we going to come up with today? A 19 and a 15. Oh, that's
Not bad.
nice. So 15 plus the D4. Three is an 18 plus a strength save of 8 is a 26.
Yeah, you succeed, no problem. Keeping yourself outside of the larger mass that's hidden inside the outer surface of this creature. You do not get engulfed.
Yay.
Yay. I am now going to do an attack against Schnozzboop. It didn't like the fact that you ran away, so it's going to try to bring you back. It's one of these tendrils.
got-
Yeah, their range is.
It's got some reach.
If this little dude's range is this, then this guy's range is ginormous. It's probably the entirety
Yeah.
of the playing
Yeah,
field.
let me just.
That was my
If we're all
thought
being
too.
honest.
Well, I was thinking it's about twice the size of the other one.
Yeah, I
so
was
it's
gonna
probably
say
twice
double it.
the reach.
Let me. Oh, that's
Well.
the wrong computer.
Bless has. I assume so it says Bless has a range of 30. I assume I have to stay within that range.
No,
to-
so that's only when you're casting it. Now you just need to save
Oh.
concentrating. There you go. There's his reach.
Oh.
Yep. So the majority of the combat field. Okay.
It's actually more than
I was
twice.
not wrong.
It's 50 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. That's okay.
I'm gonna
we'll
go
do
with
that
that.
anyway.
There you go. There's an idea. Attack against Schnozzboop. Boop, 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 boop. That's a 2. So 9?
Married children.
Nope.
Nope. This tendril whips up, but you hear the end of it rolling itself on the back end as it disturbs the water and slyly just step out of the way of it. I say slyly because most of your AC is probably coming from your con right now, or your charisma. The next one is going to be against Aberdeen this time, actually, because of what happened last time. That is an 8 plus 7, 15.
That does not reach my armor class.
Because of your plate, the tendril wraps up and around, but this armor is different. You just pick your foot up and it slithers out of the slippery grasp of the tendril for now. Nice. Well, that is its turn, so it rolls back around to Big Tin. We're at the top of the turn. 2d8 acid damage. Hoop-a-doop. That's a
Now would be the
7
time
plus
to miss the
5.
step.
That's 12 points of acid damage.
Not time yet. It's getting there, believe me, but not yet. I'm still hoping I can kill this thing soon.
Please just bite it and then leave. I beg of you. Every bit of damage I do has splash damage. Please get away from these things.
All
Do your
right.
damage. Just do your damage. I'm biting.
Bite
with
away.
the inspiration and
Uh,
bless.
disadvantage because of the restrained.
Yep. So we'll start off with the 2D 20. What are we gonna deal with here? 6. Can I turn that 6 into? What am I trying to hit? Target AC?
You're not sure yet. You know a 19's not enough, and a 28 definitely hits.
Great
So
stuff.
I
guys.
26
gotta at least-
also definitely hits. That's been the
I
other.
gotta at least get to a 20, and that's plus 14. I guess it's possible. Depending on how the dice roll. Let's see
It
here.
is, yeah.
Plus 4 more, so that's 10 now.
A D4
Plus
for bless.
D4. D4. Come on. Oops. Gotta get rid of the D8. Why did it just appear on the screen? Come on, roll, please. Thank you. That's still a 1, so that's an 11, which would make it a 19.
Oh,
No.
close, but unfortunately, no. Just biting a squishy acid.
Okay, so let's try and claw. Natural
Ooh.
1, yay, no,
There's a
and
lot of ones.
second claw. The 14. 14 plus a D4
Hey.
is a 4 is an 18 plus the 8 is 26.
That
A claw
hits.
hit.
The claw hits, it grabs hold, and electric pulse goes through. What is up,
Shocky,
Session Zero
shocky.
Gaming? They're fighting a
Hey,
giant
guys.
thing of moss. How y'all doing? How's it
Hold on.
going?
We
Nice.
have a
Thanks
noise
for the
for that.
raid.
We have a noise. Are you ready?
Hello
We
there.
do? Oh, yeah. Hello there.
8. 13 points of lightning damage.
13 points of lightning damage as it courses through. You can all see that the area, the mossy parts of it, is getting crispified as the lightning is actually meeting bits that matter. It's also looking like it's gooped, really, really gooped up, where Big Tin is right now. In other words,
Go ahead and do your
That's enough.
AoEs. I can take it for a bit.
Can you though? Accidentally throw a grenade so poorly that it lands directly in your mouth as you try and bite down the next.
if it lands in the mouth here.
Force and fire, well, you know, hey, go for it anyhow.
Got to get that resistance eventually.
I've got the force resistance. I don't have
That's
the fire
right.
resistance.
You have shrapnel resistance,
Yeah.
or I mean, I should say slashing shrapnel resistance.
Oh, I have slashing resistance.
5e. Okay.
You can slash all you want.
That being
Good to know.
Big Tin Slabberat, you are up. All teams on deck.
How confident are you in that phrase, use your AoEs?
I'm talking about explosions.
Oh my
Go ahead
God,
and
what was
use
it?
them.
Yes.
Do it.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Do it.
explosion.
No.
Do it.
Do it.
Big fireball
He
of an
said
explosion.
he was confident.
Go for it. Go for it.
Let
I
the
don't.
heat
Just do it.
flow.
Okay, because it has a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, it's a big boom.
Yeah.
Big bada boom.
Okay.
Give it to me, Daddy.
Oh wait, that's gonna hit Abavine too.
Oh, that's
Uh,
fine. You should
you-
know that Abavine's fine.
You can also
Okay.
angle it in a way where it's not going to hit Abavine. Like if you hit here, it won't hit Abavine, but it still will hit Big Tin.
We're going to aim for the tentacle that is holding Big Tin. Like, but kind of on the body. I mean, it's going to be a large explosion. So, I mean,
How much fire resistance do you have?
Okay.
Talking to me. None.
Yeah. We'll say just for the brevity of things, there's a way you can hit this thing while only having Big Tin instead of everyone else, because aiming at Big Tin would include Ultian in that mix.
Please don't.
Please don't.
That would be even a
Okay.
bigger boom with everything on
Uh,
Altian going
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
That is also 8d6 if it hits.
If it hits, okay, give me a spell attack roll first.
This is gonna be fun.
Big bada boom.
Let's see. Actually, you have to make a dexterity saving
That's
throw.
right. I do. It fails. It can't.
Oh,
It
really?
can't move.
Oh,
Not that
well.
quickly. So yeah, it fails.
Automatic success.
Do I get a dex save?
No, you're restrained.
Do I get
Oh,
a dex
no.
save at disadvantage?
Let me double check on restraint, but I'm pretty sure you don't. That would be just grappled. Dex, disadvantage actually. Yeah, disadvantage on dex saves.
Yep.
Sure, you can curl up even deeper into its mossy goodness.
Don't you have inspiration?
Not
I
anymore, they
used
used it.
Oh.
Still blessed though.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm still blessed. Let's just do my dex saves. Go for it.
You just have to beat a 13.
Oh, one of those is cocked. I hate to admit it, but one of the
No, those are both 20s.
Those are both
Those are
D20s.
both
How?
20s.
How?
I'm gonna count it. That's good enough. For
How?
Yeah, no,
That's
yeah,
good enough for digital.
That is.
Hey.
It started to
best
lean
roll
that
I've
way. I'm
ever
gonna
seen.
count it.
I saved.
You saved.
There's no disadvantage there. There's not.
It's just rolled. Yeah. Oh my god.
That was a
That's
weird
the
roll.
most
but anyway.
beautiful. The most beautiful
I
disadvantage.
want
roll.
everyone to know. I thought for 2 seconds it was gonna be 2 nat ones because it was on one
Yeah.
on the one
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
was like slowly sliding, and then the other one that was rolling was like 1.
Wow.
I love
Digital
it.
dice for the entertainment value. Anyway,
Amazing. So damage is halved
he-
for Big Tin, yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
survive it then, hopefully.
Okay.
So roll,
Roll
your
max
damage.
damage.
Do it,
Alright, so 8d6.
But it's a fireball. What level is a fireball? Just
It's a level 3.
2 18s, huh? Oh, I'll try and learn it.
See if he can do it again, folks.
I can't do that again. No way. But anyway, okay, 17.
Oh.
That's a plus 3 makes it a 20, so that's a learn. And the next one. Guess what? I learned fireball.
Oh no.
Oh my god! A level 3 fireball.
Oh, thankfully your spell slots are kind of like warlocks and fairly limited
Yeah.
for now. But still, that's good. That's a huge benefit. to you
Trial by
guys.
fire, right?
Mhm.
He gets hit.
It's it.
Gains
All
the
right.
knowledge through osmosis.
Oh, that's cool.
That is 24 damage.
24 damage.
After 12.
Halved to 12.
And a fire damage taken.
Okay, this thing.
Is this
The
goo
fireball.
flammable?
Slabs into it, burns off a huge chunk and portion of it, but the tendrils are still starting to writhe even more violently. It doesn't seem like it's vulnerable or resistant to it. It's just straight damage. Moisture around, possibly resistant. It's made of green stuff, so possibly vulnerable, but it's just neutral. So you dealt full 24 damage. It's not looking so good. There's not much of it that's left. There's only a few tendrils that are really attached.
Well, then allow me.
Well, we are going to. Man, I should have packed some bonus action cantrips. God dang.
It's
I
really
think
hard to
we're
find
done.
bonus action cantrips.
Very hard to find.
They're really
Yeah.
far and few between.
I think clerics get like the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what was that one where you could turn a stone, magic stone? That was a bonus action.
Magic Stone?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was
That's
one
a
of my
good
favorite
one.
cantrips. In a range of like 100 feet.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. All right. That being your turn, Ortian, you're up. Abavine, you're on deck. I saw some measuring. I do want to entertain you all with the concept of something that D&D players rarely do. Those things aren't moving. You can leave them alone and just keep moving on with life. Altian, your turn.
Wait, that's an option?
That's an option. Yeah.
These two things? Yeah.
The things that
We're
aren't
talking
doing
about-
anything to you?
I was
Yeah. You
trying
can
to say that,
absolutely
but-
not touch them.
As I see that they're not making any movements, I also deduce this. My turn. Bonus action. I am going to. Once I get out of this menu, I want to leave. Go. Insightful fighting. Bonus action. Insight check against a creature's deception check in order to put some sneak attack damage on this bad boy. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. Where's my dirty 20?
8.
Okay.
You got it.
I'm gonna throw a grenade at it. I'm lobbing it over the top and landing it on this side of him, so
Okay.
that it takes
Sneaky
the
grenade.
brunt of the damage.
There's also,
They rolled the hit.
now that Slabrat's done that as well, you can see that underneath this is a large mass of rock. So, Big Sin doesn't need to make any saves or anything because the rock is stopping that force from wrapping around and hitting him. You're only
Cool.
hitting the enemy.
Gotcha.
It basically envelops a rock. It's living moss.
Unless he misses.
Unless he misses. This is a good
I
point.
missed.
Yeah.
Then Big Tim's gonna catch it in his mouth and hold it against it.
Let's see if he misses.
Hold on, I have
you-
to do quick maths on this. 21?
Nope, that hits.
Yay!
That is.
Okay.
We found its AC.
Finally.
Its AC was 20.
All right, that is a
You got either
lot
side.
of d6s, so give me 2 seconds to collect them.
How
How
many?
am I?
How
How
many?
am I hidden?
A rock.
8 d6s.
8d6? Okay. So the rock will save you from the shrapnel for sure. The force, maybe not so. But either
Actually,
way,
Hit me with it all the way.
You have resistance, don't you?
Hit me with it all the way.
do you
Both shrapnel and
you're,
force.
Big Tin, you want to give me a reaction to see if you can catch the grenade?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
Give me a reaction, see if you can catch the grenade.
We're gonna
They're
use
trying
what?
to take damage, I'll let them.
Thought they already had the resistances. Come on now.
They can get better.
It can better.
Yeah. With like bludgeoning, piercing, and what's the other one? Slashing. They can get up to immunity. With the other ones, it's up to, I think it's half
So
for like elemental.
what skill am I rolling this on?
Athletics or acrobatics?
Okay, athletics would be an 18.
An 18. I would put it against the attack roll. And the attack roll was 21.
Okay.
You'll at least take the force damage, though, because the force damage goes through solid objects.
Well enough.
What do you roll for damage?
It was a shite roll with 3 1s,
Ooh.
but it's 18 in total, 9 force, 9 slashing. Piercing
Excellent.
slashing.
Well, while BT figures out that math on their side, Altian, how do you want to do this?
Well, is he gonna catch it? Because what do you mean? How do I do this?
It
It depends
snips.
on if he catches it in his mouth.
They try to snip out and grab it, but
Okay.
it's a little too high of an arc. because you're getting it over the other side of the rock.
Just for the visual of it, it goes right over, like it goes through your mouth, Big Tin, as you chomp down, and goes right to where it's gonna least affect you, and that's when it explodes, and it just pieces of the grenade cut it up while the rest of it's flung
Splatters
about.
around. Little bits of moss landing start bobbing up and down inside the water. The surrounding area. There's a green hue and tint around this rock in the water surrounding it. Now that's this big creature. It's gone and dead. BT, you feel the tendrils release and relax as you're schlopped out of the moss portion that you were sinking into, landing on the ground, and the carapace of this centipede falls to the ground in the water as well. None of the other creatures are around or doing anything. If you would like to continue the combat, we can stay in combat. Otherwise, what do you all would like to? What are you all doing?
As a note, being able to tell that this is 20 feet to him, because that's a general distance I like to go when I attack things. Can I tell where his this guy appears distance is?
What's your passive perception?
19.
19. You can tell its tendrils are reaching out. So let me put this on. There we go. About 15 feet.
Nice.
Around there. The tendrils around,
Perfect.
now that you know what you're looking at, there are many tendrils around your feet still, but they come from the one that was just eradicated. These ones, they come out, and you can see that they end at a certain point 15 feet away from them. But they wrap
Alright,
around
cool.
in a perfect circle.
Slabrat will then hear in his mind from me, as long as we stay away from these things, 15 feet for the small ones, probably twice that, I'd say, safe to say 100 feet for the big ones, we should be fine. And I'm going to start focusing on specifically looking out for these creatures and any other thing that might attack us along the way.
What's everyone's status?
A bit slimy, but I'm good. I'm good.
Rolling around in the water, washing off the acid. I'm hurt, but anyway. You can't heal me, so it doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna rappel down. And
Let's avoid them if we can.
Big Snozwoop's gonna come up here, and I assume the centipede is still there.
It is, yes.
Great.
The portion of it's just been crushed and pulled in. Like there's a couple of segments that are missing. It's essentially in two halves right now.
Great. What's the weight on that, would you say?
The weight on the centipede? It's about 10 times your length and about your width. So, heavy. Maybe a couple
Like-
100 pounds.
Cool.
cool.
Big Tin, it seems a real waste for this centipede to just lay here. What do you think about throwing it to these plants?
Okay.
Abelvine, on hearing that, is going to come and assist, and then turn to Snozboop and say, I like you.
Well, it's good to be friends.
Ignoring all of this, I'm going to walk over to this thing. I'm going to pull out a little plastic evidence baggie that I would have once used. And I'm going to take a sample of this for Teffy. I'm going
Nice.
to find a big, meaty portion.
Excellent. Big, meaty portion.
should we section off this centipede?
It's like cut in half. You could take
Throw-
one half to each creature.
Okay.
While you're thinking
Yes.
about that and doing that, and you hear the schlopping of that, Altian, before you get that little evidence baggie out of your pocket, you hear a look down at the evidence baggie and see that the acid has eaten through glass. If you got like something with glass, acid won't eat the glass, but it will eat your little evidence baggie.
Does anyone have a glass container?
Well, I guess I sort of do. Snozboop holds out a bottle of perfume. I could empty this out for you.
Yeah, I think that'll do.
Okay. Snozboop will unscrew the top, dump the perfume over the carcass, and then hand it to Oltian with the top.
I'm gonna wash out the container
Nice.
as best I can
Excellent.
in the water, get it as clean as possible, and then pack as much samples into the tiny neck of the bottle as possible.
So, when you're packing it, taking it, like when you touch some of the blood, it still burns a little bit, but it's nowhere near as bad as it could have been. Like you're getting a sense of what Schnozzboop and Bigton kind of felt being pulled into it and then engulfed by this acid, because the moss is like a sponge. Every little piece you have has a large concentration of it inside. When you grab the sponge, you don't feel anything. When you squeeze, you feel the acid and it starts burning. So when you're squeezing it in, it gets a little difficult, but you get the idea of grabbing more moss, using more moss to cover up the acid bits. And by the time of it, at the end, you have this little bottle with what looks like this strange little fauna and forest thing on the inside with a lot of green goo swimming around. And the moss is not being digested or eaten by this acid stuff. So, yeah, that's actually a really cool sample to grab for Teffy.
Tange, if you're watching this at some point, you have to remind me that I have this in my inventory. It will sit there for quite some time until literally the last day of the campaign, and then I'll be like, oh no, I've still got a purple ticket, a yellow ticket, and that sample of organic plant.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it'll be really funny because you may need perfume one time. You'll be like, I have a perfume bottle. Here, lady, use this. And then it just like burns their hands off.
Melting their face.
Melts their face.
Okie dokie.
Heck yeah.
Carrying on.
Question.
Answer.
So, mage hand, can you like feel the hand? Like if you felt something, could you feel what it was? Or is it like a dead hand, essentially?
You cannot feel the hand.
Feedback. Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot feel the hand. So you can see and you can control and know what the hand's doing, but you cannot feel it.
So if I put it inside something, I wouldn't be able to tell
No.
what it's grabbing?
No.
Okay, dang it.
It's also why you kind of need your line of sight on the hand to know what you're doing with your hand.
I was gonna do the old grabberoo and see if the plant had any loot in there, but
You can.
Yeah.
Would you like to investigate it?
sure.
Sure, go for it. Give me an investigation.
He finds a full set of armor with like a skeleton in there.
I have no
It only
idea.
eats organic material.
Right? Just slips right off. It's already nice and clean.
It's cleaned, you know?
Ooh, also, seeing as Teffy's actually the origin person from here, Teffy would know what these are. They're stomach vines.
Well, that's a nat 20 for 25.
Nat 20 for 25. Do you know what you do, in fact, find?
An entire set of
An
armor. with a
entire
skull.
set of armor with a skeleton
No.
inside of it.
Yes.
The armor is pocketed
Oh,
with
boy.
holes and half digested. The skeleton is picked clean of any kind of meat. The bones pure white, having been surrounded by this moss for a very long time. And there is a
Does
coin
it look
purse.
repairable?
The armor? No, you may as well make a brand new set of armor. Actually, no. You know what? You had a natural 20. Does someone want to give me a percentile dice?
Somebody else I've already rolled today.
I can do it.
Oh, yeah. Big 10.
Everyone can see it that way.
I always have such a hard time finding my D10s. The D100s are very
37.
apparent.
37. Okay. 37. The breastplates, this full plate, it's not repairable. However, you do find two other little bits. One is a dagger. At first, you might think it's in the same similar state. I mean, its scabbard it's pocketed with holes all over it. But the metal on the inside still seems very fine, so when you pull the dagger out, you might be a little surprised to see it's in perfect, pristine condition. And it's got this ever so slight ice blue hint to it. You're not sure what this is, but you can mark that you have a special dagger.
Icy
You'll need to
blue
identify
dagger.
it. Yeah.
I'll add a custom item.
Do it to it. Yeah, add a dagger and then add some comments to it so you know it's special. The other bit is what looks to be a journal book that has also pockets of holes inside of it. When you flip through, some of the pages are damaged, but there are sections where you could possibly determine what the text is with some time of study.
Okay.
Nice.
There are also other little bits, like more carapace from other insects. Looks like this is the only humanoid who was unlucky enough to have been swarmed by this, and it is dwarven in nature.
And there was a coin purse?
There was a coin purse, yes.
Yes.
Damaged again, however. You're going to find 23 gold, 17 silver, and 8 copper. Yes, those are just random numbers off the top of my head.
23, 7, and 8, you said?
23, 17, and 8. Yeah.
17.
I like to go higher and then lower because ultimately you're not going to have that much copper on you. It's kind of like having change and pennies in your pocket.
And it's just a language barrier on the journal I found, right?
Damage.
Is it magical?
Damage. It's not magical. It looks to be a journal of some kind. And
It's just that damage that it's indecipherable.
Yeah, it's that damage. It's going to take some time to decipher what's reading. Like waterlogged kind of stuff. Treated paper,
So comprehend languages probably won't help.
No,
that's
this is a study thing.
That's a damage problem.
You could do prestidigitation or like mending to mend the damage of it. However, it won't fix the text that is missing. It'll just fix the book. So when you're sifting through it, you won't be risking pages flopping and sogging all over the place. It'll make the DC.
Too bad we don't have any
easier.
magical AI that can fill the gaps.
I am not putting ChatGTP in this campaign ever. I have no problem playing around with it, but I will never use it as a creative writer.
And stop using it for art, everybody.
Would we be able to use the mending cantrip to fix this journal?
Yeah, that's what I just said. You'd be able to use mending to fix it to a point of being able to look through it without damaging it further. It won't fix the writing in it, so your deciphering will still be, you'll still have to decipher it. But it will make
So it'll
the
just
DC
look like Swiss
easier.
cheese instead of literally being Swiss
Yes,
cheese.
yeah. It will make the DC of deciphering easier because you won't have to have that level of care of not breaking the book further.
Okay, missed that. Okay, got it.
Now you could.
Maybe some pages you could fill in some of the gaps, maybe. Okay. Well, we'll keep that in mind for when we have a rest. So I think I have mending in my options.
Be strange if you didn't. You're a wizard.
Yeah,
Yo,
Wizards
yeah.
usually do.
I do.
You're a wizard, Slapperat. Okay. Well, that was our encounter and our stuff for the first 3 days of the journey. We have another 3 days. However, in this case, let's finish off the first 3 by mentioning the fact that at the end of it, you are reaching the outskirts of the jungle and are now into the marshlands. There are dried land areas where you can see caravans go through. There's no general given road because the rains can change it quite rapidly. We are now, having finished our 3 days, into the 10th lunar. 2 days into the 10th lunar. You've got 1, 2, 10, 5, 66.
Is this the end of the same day from the fight?
This would not be. So for you, for your health stuff, that fight was about midday on the second day, so you're about 18, not 18. 36, there we go. You're 36 hours in on healing.
Okay.
And I will have had time to switch to mending, and
Yes, yeah.
I've been, because it says it only repairs like a single tear, so I'll just be like slowly,
As the time's going
page by page.
Also,
It's like a
Snozgoop would
project.
assist you if you asked for assistance.
Okay. I will. Will you? Will I know that
I'm gonna say
I can
I'll
approach
pick
him
this
with
out.
this knowledge?
I mean,
how
you know
about
he does
this?
magic.
Let me set this up for you guys then.
Sure.
Schnozboop, the end of the third day, campfire time, when you're all hooking up for sleeping, someone's on watch, whatever it is, you can see that Slabberat is casting some spells, which, by the way, Big Tin, if you want mending, you can probably roll however many times until you get it, basically, because it's going to be cast a lot over the next few days. But you can see
What is? I already have prestidigitation, so
prestidigitation
Sure.
cleans things, doesn't fix things. Mending fixes things.
is it a cantrip?
It is
Yes.
cantrip, yep.
I'll take it then.
Cool. Awesome. You can see that they are casting spells on this book that is making the pages look more intact. Mending.
Oh. Slabberad,
Yes.
are you attempting to fix that jaggedy book item?
Stitch by stitch and hole by hole, I will repair this journal.
Oh. Well, if it's important to you, it's important to me. If you'd like, I can help you fix that. Takes half the time.
You know mending.
Yes, I do.
Ah, I would appreciate the help.
Consider it given, old Slabberat. And then
I'll lay the
Snozgoop
journal
will-
out on the ground in front of us.
and we'll just mend together until it's all mended.
Nice.
And somewhere mysteriously in the middle of them doing that, every now and then it's going to get mended again somehow.
There's like random pages that are already mended before you even get around to like what's going on here? What, did I do this by accident? No, which is Big Tin being a cat. I love it. It's great. Okay. Next 3 days. Who would like to roll for watch? Who would like
I'm on watch always, but
to roll for nature? And who?
I'll roll for watch.
Awesome. So Big Tin's rolling for the watch, and as I'm genuinely actually going to start recording this every 3 days, who would like to give me the RP scene? We're not just doing travel time without any RP. You all are
I'll
RPing
do-
with each other.
I think I'll do nature
Nature?
because
Cool.
nature's based off intelligence, and I've got a pretty decent one. So.
And you can give, if people want to give advantages to those, they can give advantages to those.
I'll definitely give advantage to your watch, Big Ten. because I'll also be up at least part of the night with you.
That makes sense.
I believe Abavine is he nature or is that he's a survival? I can't remember.
I'm a survivalist.
Oh,
Also nature-y, so I mean I would allow it
Well,
if you want to do
I'm
your
made
own.
of nature.
You are made
But
of
I'm
nature,
not,
so
I'm not nature.
if Abavine wants to assist Ortian,
I'm actually not nature. I
That's-
don't have very good nature.
that's also fine.
still
I'm
give me-
considering the survival also possibility
Oh,
for
yeah, in that
advantage.
case.
So
In that case, definitely.
Okay, first roll was better. That's a 17.
17. Okay. What did we get on all the
Uh,
options?
Well, Snotsboop is not really good at any of those things. So he will talk, which is something he is good at, I suppose.
Yes, he is.
So who are we going to talk to, though? That's the question. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 of you.
19 on the watches.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Big 10.
Nice.
No.
Yeah, during one of the watches, Snozboop has a hard time sleeping. This old man Bones, and so he just sits up in his bedroll and this nice piece of moss, and looks over to Big Ten and says, "So, Big Ten, you're coming a little bit closer to being 1 year of sentience here. Do you have any new goals or dreams?"
No, I still have a lot to learn.
Mm.
I think my main goal right now is to find my creator's lab.
Ah, right. Which you believe is in the hidden oasis.
The Oasis, yes.
Are there any, with goals and dreams, you want to have, steps to achieve those, to help make those happen? Do you have any such steps at this point?
Mm, mm, continue to be with the hand. I think that'll get me there in time.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. One friend helping each other fulfill our dreams and goals.
Very, very true. I guess.
And why we were apart? Did you formulate any friendships out in the deserts?
Met lots of refugees and I helped them to Palace.
That's pretty
I
friendly.
don't know if that's friendly. Don't know if you call it friends.
I would call that you being friends to them, at least.
Yes. Okay. Good enough.
Well, that's real great. I do think you're coming on a long way. Between you and me, Big Ten, I have met children twice your age who are not nearly as mature, much worse individuals thus far. So you're doing great, I think.
Yes. Well, life forms tend to age slower. Organic life forms. So saying something twice my age is still pretty young on most all species.
Yeah, it's true, but I liked saying it anyways.
Okay.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful watch, Big Ten. I'm going to try to go back to sleep. And then Snotsoup's going to go back to sleep, or attempt to.
Oh, and also everyone would have noticed early on in this, but BT has color changed again to the murky swampish colors. Almost a camo.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. Delightful. This
The
is
rare
all going
Snoz Boop and Big 10 RP.
Well, all right. Who wants to give me that D100 now?
Me, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. We're in Swamplands. Let's see what we get.
Wait, which one?
D100.
100.
D100. So it's
So
the
not percentile. It's the 2. It's the 10 with the 2 numbers.
2.
2.
An odd 2? Wow.
An odd 2. Oh boy. Okay.
20%. Heck yeah.
All right. I am going to describe this with a focus on describing it to Altian because of where you're from. You're from Zelum. You're from Grantina. So you tell me how you're going to react to this, but during the first day after you're out of the jungles, it's entered into a colder season. There's very cold winds across. When you wake up in the mornings, there's frost on some of the plant life. The waterbeds that you see have a small, thin layer of ice over the top. On the second day when you wake up, Altian, during the watch when everyone else is waking up, there are these little white flecks falling from the sky. At first you kind of look around and there's no scent of fire, it's not ash. Hold your hand out to one and lands on it and disappears. Leaves a small little speck of moisture on your hand. And soon, as stirring starts, the blanket starts to fall even more aggressively as more and more of this white stuff starts falling from the sky. For the rest of you, it's snowing. Altian, you've never seen snow before.
That's going to be an investigation check.
Do it.
That's how my brain works.
You could
24.
open your mouth and ask.
24. 24. This is ice falling from the sky. It doesn't snow in Grantina. So, and you've never the time you spent out of Zelum, you've spent with the hand, or it's never encountered snow before. So, has Altian heard of snow?
I'm sure he's read about it, but he's not seen it.
He's probably read about it. So with the 24, yeah, you'll piece together like, holy crap, this is snow.
Because of the difference between the types of cold, this is probably much more wet cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna pop the collar of my jacket up and shove my hands as deep into the pockets as I can and wait for everyone to wake up.
Everyone else wakes up. It's snowing. As your journey and day starts to go about and you carry on, it starts getting thicker. The wind begins to pick up. The snow starts blastering or plastering across your face as the howling tempest starts. You are in the middle of a blizzard. Your journey is going to be elongated, and I also need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
You're gonna say, can I start resisting ice damage?
Depends on what your Constitution saving throw is going to be.
We've slept, right?
Oh,
We've slept more.
Am I
slept
still
once, yeah.
blessed?
No, not anymore.
Can I willingly fail?
I would say no on this one. Not for
Okay.
the sake of trying to get some mechanics out of there.
Where are we in this journey?
About midway through your 5th day of traveling. So you're about a day and a half out from the tree.
Yeah, we're gonna use my legendary save again. Natty
So
one's
you-
not gonna cut it.
No, definitely not. Ooh, that's bad.
So we're gonna save.
Get a save. Excellent.
I got a 21.
21 from Abavine. Altian,
That's gonna be a hot 8,
hard 8.
which
Ooh.
makes sense because my suit is designed for desert cold and desert heat, not
Not this
anything
kind.
else.
This is a very different kind, yeah. Big Tin.
14.
14. Okay. Slabberat.
That's a 7.
7.
How long does it take to switch a cantrip? Is that a short rest?
So the cantrips, I think they work the same way for as spells for wizards. So yes, short rest. You'd have to switch after a short rest.
Dang it. It's would be a good time to have packed Invisible Umbrella.
Everyone who has seen that cantrip has loved it. Thank you, Stitch, for the idea. I am so
Yeah.
glad I put it into D&D Beyond. That is a homebrewed cantrip.
Is it?
What was
Yeah.
that again? Sorry. it
Yeah.
was-
Invisible umbrella.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. So 2% means this is actually a very bad blizzard. The DC you were looking for is 20. Abavine and Snosboop, you're the only two who succeeded, so you're the only two who do not take 2 levels of exhaustion, as you're forced to stop halfway through your day to camp up and try to weather out this blizzard. Altian, you have never been this cold in your entire life. Slabberat, you can turn your pain motions off, but your movement is like super slow. Like you can feel the moisture pockets inside your fungal body freezing. And Big Tin, you could start working on some of that resistance on ice. You will take the levels of exhaustion, and we'll probably have to figure out how much kind of resistance this will give you. But it is.
It won't exhaust me and it won't technically damage me in the long term, but
Obviously, we've
Right,
already
yeah.
rolled, so feel
Mhm.
free to say no to this inquiry. If possible, I would like to try something. I just picked up a new spell. It's a hot new spell called Plant Growth. And I thought maybe if I use the plants to make like a structure
Little
for
hut,
us,
if you
a
will.
little hut, if you will,
Little structure, okay.
to try to help my friends who don't know what snow is and they're not good with it to not freeze.
I would say that will save you all having to make a con save in the morning.
Okay, cool.
So this
cool,
is
cool.
done. You won't be taking any more levels of exhaustion. Something to clarify with this as well. These levels of exhaustion will not go away. The long rest, until this blizzard is done, you will not start recovering from this exhaustion. So, you won't be getting any more
Okay.
because of this hut.
Cool.
Because you're going to be able to encompass all that heat and trap it inside this little hut there. However, the damage is already done. Altian and Slabberat are already basically hypothermic.
Ew.
Might we build a fire?
Yeah? I assume we always build a fire.
Mhm.
Or do we not?
You can prep a fire easily. You're being forced to
Prep a
camp
fire.
up halfway through the day to wait out the storm, which rages.
I use a bit of gunpowder to make it easier. That's how I'm like literally like the amount of rage he feels
will.
at this pain.
I will stay outside to keep watch. Yes, I'm forcing a mechanic, but anyway, I'm smart enough.
Keeping watch, staying outside.
So you decide how often it ticks my resistance.
Okay. There's something I'll have to probably think about later on. It's going to take some
Or we could just
consideration.
say a tick per hour.
That's reasonable. Yeah, a single tick per hour. If
So
anything,
just
that'll
tell
give me
me how many hours I'm in this.
You're in it for 18 hours. It keeps going until about an hour before sunrise the next day. And
Okay.
there is a good 3 feet of snow.
Except there's this path around the hut that I've been wandering. So
Pacing around.
there's a path.
Excellent.
Okay,
Oh, these actually. Now that it's
very
snowed
quickly.
like this.
You said that the storm's going to last 18 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're pretty much just going to be held up for most of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to wake up early and I'm going to use some of that plant growth that Snozboop has made. I'm making everyone snowshoes. I am not going through difficult terrain after this. I am furious. Altin is furious at the cold right now. He's
Okay.
not spending a second longer than he has to.
Making.
Also,
Yeah.
go ahead and finish that up, but I do have an ask also.
Okay, yeah. We can also say 18 hours furious at the cold with a little help from other people because skill checks are at disadvantage for yourself right now because of your exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
But with help from other people, you can definitely make an additional plant growth because you've got 18 hours to do more.
Exactly. To rest and then
to
do
rest
more, and yeah.
Yeah. But you'll get
Everyone except Big Ten, because I feel like he will be capable of walking
Just
ahead and
walking
making a
through.
bit of a trench for us a little bit.
I'll push through.
But yeah, you could definitely do that. We can say at the end of the 18 hours, everyone has a pair of snowshoes to be able to walk more easily. Big Tin.
So, just to be fair and everything, since we're going to make this a tick per hour, what would you call the damage per hour? A D6?
I kind of want to go with the D4 because, I mean, like I said last week, you're built different.
Okay.
Built
Would
different.
D4 make sense?
I mean, whoops, I didn't mean to roll down. I need to. Okay, I mean, it's up to you. See,
Yeah.
what I'm going to say is there is a possibility the damage will exceed my healing.
Yeah,
So I am going to roll 18, whatever, 18d4. And if it's on an 18d4, then any 4s are actually going to equate to 1 point of damage that's going to be continuous. Or at the end of this, just we're going to say, I mean, there's always this extra chance, but just for mechanics, I am going to end up with damage out of this, just to be fair.
Yeah, let's do a D4. I think because the way you're made, the way you're built, who built you, and all that, you're right. Taking damage makes sense, especially for getting some ticks for it. A D4, I think. That sounds
Okay,
good.
so everybody
18d4.
avoid the screen. 18d4. And I'll count
There's
up
the
fours.
obligatory potato
1,
Aww,
2,
look at him.
discharge.
4, 5,
7.
6.
He's slipping.
Wow. 6 d4s.
6 4s on all that. Wow.
So I am 6 damage down at the end of this.
Okay. Little bits of little pockets of the skin where the rest is changing. These little pockets of your body take a little extra time to adjust. Cold slows everything. With that, as the canopus or carapace is built away and you dig yourselves out of this big waft of snow and survey this vast landscape of pure white. Freezing cold, we will take our break. As I don't have a pure white landscape in the back. I didn't think we'd get a snow blizzard. Snow blizzard this early on into the season.
A
But we
blow
did.
snizzard.
A blow snizzard. Blow snizzard. Anyway, there's a whole lot of other challenges that come with this as well, so
That's what
we'll
they
come
call
back
them,
around to
so-
that after this break. We'll be back in 15, everyone. Give yourself a chance to relieve some answers to get some more. See you in a bit.
Yes.
Hey.
In a bit.
Hello there. As a guest of the Owlbear Inn, you obviously have taste. Now, as a person of taste, have you ever thought to yourself, I need to watch an artist who also has taste, with a sense of classiness and intelligence, heightened by sitting in a leather armchair before a fireplace with shelves of books behind? Neither have I. Anyways, I happen to have an art channel called Michael How Arts here on Twitch if you want to check it out. There's drawing, chatting, and sometimes gaming. If you enjoy fantastic characters and comics, or just having someone to hang out with while doing art, you should give Michael How Arts a look-see. That's twitch.tv/Michael How Arts. And if you visit, maybe, just maybe, you'll occasionally have that artist sitting in front of a fireplace to give you a +1 for the richness and culture of your Twitch experience. Though I wouldn't count on that. But please, do stop on by. Thanks for your time, and have a wonderful day.
I'm Michael Howe, and I approve this message. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, I did this, and 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 this.
Hello, everybody.
Fine
All
store.
campaign, all I wanted was to pass wisdom saving throws, and I never do.
Even with advantage?
I have advantage. I have plus. All my feats almost have all been going into that direction. No.
Oh, that's awesome.
Consent is always important. Agreed.
You're next.
Why am
totally
I
not dead.
so bad at this game? Jeez.
Might be genetics.
Attack first. Think never. Hey, folks.
You feel a definite pulse of magical energy as you shake his hand.
You just made a deal with the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Roll a will save.
There's more up there? We have to... I fucking hate this level.
We could have been playing Valheim. Dog, save me, save me. Where are you? Get in front of me. Get in front of me. Get in front of me.
I'm coming. I was marking the cave.
Dogs, have a Santa. Ah! Get the dog. Help.
Hello, folks.
There. Apparently, I can't remember your name at all.
Who's Ingrid?
You.
Me? Oh.
Yes, because I can't think. Wow. Why am I having such a hard freaking time with names today?
You called me Murphy twice before we
Yeah.
even started.
Shut up, Melvin. I'm working here.
Alrighty, naked.
That's a good drawing, right? Damn right, Zach, that's good.
Good. Oh my gosh. Love it.
Thank you.
Wow.
With someone. Wait, you just said they had a book.
That being
Yes.
said, we will.
Yes.
And then you emphasized that there is a book.
Holy! Way to catch on to that like a minute and a half late. There's books, there's diaries, there's maps.
Wait, there's a book? We have not been consistent with this at all, have we?
No.
I'm not even gonna try and pronounce most of those. Wow.
Yeah, they had a sale on apostrophes that day.
Hello, everybody.
I don't know what's really going on. Hi!
We have you on speakerphone.
I was just gonna say, this is one hell of a collect call, man. I didn't know he knew Infallible Relay.
Does anyone know what the rates are? I don't have that much gold.
Did you know back in the old days, in the medieval times, they used to put hang lanterns out on front of horses to help them navigate during nighttime?
Oh.
It was the first recorded instance of satellite navigation.
I enjoyed the live action The Avatar movie.
Oh, baby Baba Luba. And burble as it came.
No!
Can I get a oh yeah?
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah!
If you're only to be addressed as you as your own person, what do I do if there's like a whole bunch of y'all?
You may use titles as, I would say, the trolls. You may use the consequences if
Okay.
you would like.
So
You
y'all
may-
is off the table.
Y'all is an abomination.
A whole bunch of y'all.
Too late.
That's when you guys look over and see what once was Jitters descend slowly onto the ground, trampling towards you as its head from top to about past the sternum splits like that into a toothy maw that is its whole body.
Rawr.
Hello and welcome to Hate, Laugh, Love.
Everybody knows if it's green and it's slime,
You went that
it's booger time.
The show where we talk about movies.
He starts hopping on the way, and when you look back, there's Handor and Grace. Grace looking just frowning perpetually, and Handor just smiling ever so gracefully. And Finestorm, you see on their lips, Handor say, "You think they'll make it?" And Grace go, "Not a chance." Hey everyone, welcome back. What's up? How you doing? How's your break? Our break was good. At least I had a good break. How was your break?
Pretty
Delicious.
Had homemade mac and cheese.
Oh, nice.
good.
Amazing. I love me some good Mackies. Excellent. Well, we left you all off at the end of a giant snowstorm blizzard. You now have a landscape of 3 feet of pure white snow gracing your sights ahead of you. It's incredibly bright. And off in the distance, way off in the distance, for those of you who have passive perception over 25, so one of you, there's a tiny little speck. That looks to be a tree of some kind. Now with the snow, you're easily 2 days out. That's a big tree.
Well, I'm gonna hand Slabberat, Abavine, and Snozboop their snowshoes. They look like you know, like the rackets on your feet, like, and I'm going to explain.
Everything I've read says it'll be more 0.
You're breaking up a bit.
On tight.
We didn't hear most of that. Yeah.
My internet's doing that thing.
Oh, it's that
time of night,
time
guys.
almost.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
One more time for the hearing impaired.
Everything I've read about snow says that it's going to be soft, hard to walk through. More surface area will make it easier. Strap it onto your boots.
Snozboop, who has seen snow many times, just kind of chuckles to himself and says, "Thanks, Altair. Appreciate it, buddy."
I fear I may be too heavy that even snowshoes like these will be of no use for me.
I do the biggest pair I made. I
Very
made an extra large pair.
How
I like hold them
very
out to you like
heavy.
this.
How heavy is Abavine?
They're in full plate.
Plate,
How many
and I'm
pounds?
a Minotaur.
At least 500.
Yeah, I'm nearly a
least.
ton.
At least.
Okay.
At least 500. So this
I'm,
full plate.
I'm somewhere between 700 and 800.
I have built a machine of war. You think I can't build you some snowshoes?
So to a couple of points here. Physics-wise, there actually will be a pair of snowshoes that is big enough to even hold up Abavine.
Perfect.
You can actually still do that. You will sink in a little bit, but also your plate is not as heavy as most plate. Your plate is easily half the weight as normal because it is Andrean plate, and Andreans have that metal.
So even better.
So it's even better. So that is why I say at least 500 as opposed to these 700 to 800. If you're in full plate, normal full plate, yeah, you'd be sinking through pretty well, but you can manage it.
Well, then in that case, I'll strap on those shoes.
Whereas the one-tongued cat is walking the ground and plowing.
Plowing forward.
Using his nose like a buffalo does to find grass.
Pushing through. 2 more days to get through this. Cold snapped weather the entire way. You have a nice little trick, actually, to give yourself a warm hearth for sleeping. If you continue doing that trick, Snozboop, we can start actually getting rid of those exhaustion levels from everyone. Otherwise, if you camp like normal, those exhaustion levels are going to remain. So
we're going to do that.
Camping out the way you do, what I need with that figured out, I would love a percentile dice from someone.
Not me.
Twice.
I can do it.
I'll do one, someone do the other. Oh,
yes. One from BT, one from Altian.
What is that, a 53?
53, yeah.
53. Ooh.
Mine is a 72.
72, okay. On your second day, when you're getting much, much closer to this tree where all of you now can see the large canopy and the vastness of this entwined wooden bark tree, it almost looks like multiple trees just twisted together at the areas that you can see. But Big Tin, while you're pushing forward in some places, your front left paw steps on a very slick piece of pure ice and slips for a moment. And you hear a minor fracturing and cracking as this echoes out in this vast, what is probably a large lake over to your left. Had you been about 50 feet to your left, you would now be walking over a thin layer of ice and a large portion of water.
I don't think a ton walks over a thin layer of ice.
It wouldn't. One of the dangers of this area, being covered in snow like this and with this weather, you don't know where the water beds are. But your percentiles were good enough. You didn't actually cross over any. You got close, but you didn't.
I don't like this area already.
Plowing on through.
Submerged wouldn't hurt, but
wouldn't hurt. Getting out might be difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, that and Aberveen. Oh, what would happen to Aberveen if they fell through? Yikes. Most of the way through your second day. Second day of being in the cold, Ultian, how you feeling?
I hate my life.
Miserable, freezing,
miserable,
wet. Haven't been dry in days.
There's almost a consistent rumble.
Oh, just for RP's sake, Altian, make a perception check.
1 second.
Beat a 22. Hold it. Oops, I take that back. 15. I'm at advantage. Nope. 22. Or did we say they're at disadvantage?
I think we said you were at advantage.
Yeah, I'm at advantage.
Yeah.
So 22. Beat a 22.
All right, let's see. Got a +4. 16.
You lose sight of BT.
Do I see his tracks on the ground?
I'm sure you see the tracks.
Okay, I just keep following the tracks. I'm too angry at the snow to care about what you're doing. I hate to break it to you.
I like this aspect. BT, for everyone else, BT was ahead of all of you. And Ultian, you'd be the first to realize this, but at some point, the snow in front of you is just plowing itself. Like there's something moving in the snow in front of you, but it's nothing but white landscape around you.
All everybody hears is this.
Nice trick.
Abovine's reaction is something along the lines of, well, he was gradually disappearing anyway.
We keep walking. I am trying to get out of the snow.
So we'll do more whenever we stop.
So even if it's homebrewed, do I have Invisible Umbrella? Can I have that?
Yeah. I mean, if you took it, you have it.
So Slabberat is peachy keen because he's been somehow avoiding all the snow no matter where he walks.
The light little flurries that never touch down onto Slabberat. On this day, it's There's no clouds anymore. The storm's fully dissipated. The sun is blaring out, but yet Slabrat is still in a measure of shade. And there's nothing above him. From what you can see. You can just see his hand held up like this for some reason. I love that cantrip. It's so good.
Whistling a tune. He's having a good time.
Oh. Most of the way through, when the sun is starting to eke its way closer to setting, there is a column of smoke coming out from the distance.
Roughly how far away?
Just over the next little snow mound.
Is it towards the tree or?
Yep.
Off to the side. Okay.
Towards the tree.
We're heading that direction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Head that way.
Heading that
Where
way.
there's smoke.
There is. You would notice it first, Altine, with your passive perception the way it is. The column of smoke is coming from a torch that is hovering in the air. And the torch, it normally wouldn't give off smoke like this. Obviously something's been added to it to add more of a smoke effect, to make it stronger so people can see it. But it's resting in the air, and the snow around, you can see there's this, it's like a cone arc that's swept out from an indentation into the snow. The neighbor dog's being annoying. Yeah.
That's all right.
You, Altian, Schnozboop, and Big Tin, the three of you, as you get closer, would see a very fine sheen, like a glisten in the air that highlights what appears to be a door. Abavine and Slabrat, the two of you don't see this.
I'm gonna look.
Do we not see the torch either?
You see the torch, but you don't see the door.
Okay, we
you just
see
see
the
a torch floating in the air.
I will look to Slabrat.
Snobswoop's pretty confused, and his confusion is shown on his face towards Ultian. Is there anything else to be seen besides the door and the tree and the snow?
A lot of footprints around this door, heading towards the tree, back out, up the hill, and then back down, back towards the door.
Well,
you can also give me an Arcana check.
I will do that.
Yeah. Slabrat? No, actually, Slabrat can't see the door. Never mind.
Oh no.
That's an 11.
An 11? Okay. It appears to be a spell of some kind.
Hey, did you see what I rolled?
A natural 20. That's delicious.
For my Arcana check.
Seeing the shimmer.
You regret giving me Arcana now?
Yeah, I am now, yeah. Oh dear. But seeing the shimmer of this door, Schnozboop, for you, it's a magical door of some kind. You can see it, and at this point, you might know that Slabrat and Abavine can't. But you're not entirely sure what it's doing here, why it's here. For you, Big Tin, you know this spell. It takes a little bit for your databanks to kind of, flip through all the spells that are going by, but this one comes out to be a magic mansion. It's a mansion that's magically summoned, and it's only visible to people who are chosen for it to be visible to. And the three of you can see it.
So I will say, I'll repeat that. Hey, this is a magic mansion. It's only supposed to be visible. And then all of a sudden you guys see BT standing there going, and he's pure Snow White.
The second I get confirmation that it's meant for us, I'm going to hurry over and I'm knocking on the door.
On the door.
Did you try the doorknob?
I'm going to, still knocking, I'm going to say,
I've heard before it's impolite to just walk in.
Well, as Big Tin said, it was meant for us.
The door handle twists and pushes outwards towards you, Altian, but goes through you, and you feel the sense of as it kind of does. And you see on the other side, there are no feet to this individual. It's just kind of hovering there with this misty sense at the bottom where the legs would normally be. But you see a torso in a fine, standard butler uniform. Hands gloved, eyes closed, but it regards you, lifts its eyebrows with no hair on the top of its head, there with its semi-translucent blue nature, and asks, "May I help you?"
You can help us by letting us inside.
Yes, I could. I don't know if I should yet.
Well, I'm Snozmoopik Snoogan.
Oh,
my understanding is this door is for us.
Before Snozboop interrupted, my hands came up to choke him.
We are the hand.
Passes right through the guy, and you stumble inside Altian. And as Schnozboop says that, and Bigton says we are the hand, they went, "Oh, yes, in that case, I definitely can. This is meant for you. Please come in." Oh, you're already in.
One moment, good sir. If you, where does this door go?
To Callus's mansion.
Interesting. Would Callus mind if our two friends come with?
Certainly. You can invite whomever you like.
Ah, very good. Slabberat, Albavine, Vine, come on in. At this point, I assume they can now see the door.
Yes, they can. As soon as you give them the invitation.
Perfect.
Pops up inside your sight, and you can see this shimmering, translucent door. And now the inside of a mansion on the other side of the opening.
Neat trick.
Neato, gang. Good sir, please lead the way to Callus, who I don't believe I've ever met.
You have, once, very briefly.
Were they on the ship?
No, they were in Zellum. After the fiasco, you definitely would have met Callus through the fiasco stuff. Hence why I say briefly.
Okay.
For you, it would have been brief. For others, it would have been more so.
Got it. Okay. Lead the way, good sir.
He lets you all in, and it is a very stark difference in temperature from the outside to in here. In here, it's actually quite nice. It's very comfortable. There is a very fine wooden lay on the ground. Perfect circle in this first level with 3 doors. On either side of them, on the left-hand side, there's a big old dining room with big table. Some of the names you can see, or some of the tables, some of the chairs that you can see have names on them. You can't make out what the names are from this distance. On the other side is a very vast kitchen, where you see these translucent creatures all floating around, all different kinds of humanoids represented in there. None of them have legs, they're all hovering on this misty sense, and they're all blue and translucent, busying themselves making up some foods. And through this third door, you can see a very big lab. There are chemicals bubbling and popping all over inside, and there are many little fires heating up, different Bunsen's. As well as that red, curly-haired man with these freckles and very vibrant green eyes, rushing himself about, handing off these random little vials to these translucent figures. And then you look up and see that it just travels up. There's no stairs or anything that you can see, and no distance or an end to how far it goes. With the one who let you all in, the servants are popping around, handing you towels that are As you touch them, you feel them automatically warming themselves and drying you off, as if they're stealing the moisture from your body or from your clothes. For you, Altian, oh, it's comfortable. Finally.
I am now in a shawl of towels, and I'm going to turn to all of you.
So let's just
I'm
keep
going to
adding
turn
them.
to all of you. Still angry.
At least the cold in the desert has the decent. That will freeze you where you stand.
One of the servants, good sir, I believe your voice box cut out while you were cussing at the cold outside.
Did none of you hear what I said? I hate when my internet does this.
Yeah.
The cold in the desert at least has the decency to kill you in your sleep. That will freeze you where you stand.
But made it through, didn't we? Very good, very good. Kellis, is it? I believe we were both in Zellum.
The red-haired man who is now walking up to you after being fetched by the servant on the other side. And yeah, hi, hey. Didn't have a real chance to actually properly meet you, but yeah, I'm Callus. You're a Schnozboop, right?
That's me. We had
Excellent.
Ultian, Big Tin, you may know. This is some newer friends, Slabrat and Obavine.
Oh, no way. Aberrations. Julian told me to be here, but I didn't know what we were doing. Whoa. Wow, you guys have grown. The intricacies. I mean, he's getting a different kind of humanoids now, too.
When was the last time Abrat had interaction with Callus?
It would have been roughly 33 years ago.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Abovine nods to Callus. Some level of understanding who this individual is, because we were once part of Aberrat.
Hey, do you mind if I get a sample?
Slabrat takes a chunk off of his beard.
And Abovine takes off his glove and holds out his arm to him.
Chunk of the beard. Whoa, that's cool. Interesting principles. Fantastic. Thank you. Takes this needle out, flicks it a few times. I'm like, I don't know why I did that. There's no liquids. I don't have to do the bubble thing. Yeah, just like the other aberrations. Oh, that's great. Very thick looking mucky liquid comes out of the veins of where Abovine's veins would be. Excellent. Thank you. Well, alright. So I was sent here as a little forward head scouting mission. If you don't, you guys hungry? Do you need some time? That snowstorm came out of nowhere. You look cold.
Oh, I'm fine.
I'm furiously shaking my head. Or, I mean, nodding.
Nodding. Great. I'll have some hot apple cider made, and we can retire to the study where there's a great hearth. Okay, just magnificent hearth. Basically, everything here comes out of my mind, so it's all top notch. Let's go. He steps into the center of the room, and then just starts floating upwards, and then stops, lowers down. Right, I should probably explain. Come over here. He's still about a foot off the ground. Now center up and around. Think up. And we're gonna go to the 3rd level.
Yeah, okay.
Do that.
You think up, I guess.
Up.
As soon as you start thinking up, you feel your weight lifting. Your heels come off the ground, toes separate, and you are in the air, moving upwards. As soon as you see Callus get to the 3rd level, he says, "All right, now think over. Oh, and don't stop thinking up, otherwise you'll drop." And he goes, hovers
For a
over to
very
a door.
brief moment, Abelvine goes down an inch and then comes back up.
All right. All the best we can, I guess.
Is this magical?
It is magical, but it's not casting the spell. The spell's already been cast.
Okay.
Good question, though. Yeah, these are all after effects.
Is it working? I'm just curious. Is it actually working for BT?
Yeah, it would be.
Because reading a mind's thoughts are different than reading a program's thoughts.
Intention. Less so thoughts, more intention. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That is a good point, though. Going up and going over to this door, it is indeed quite nice. And you can see, when the door opens up, at first it's black inside, and then it starts growing in light as these items and pieces are materializing out of what looks to be mist, solidifying into comfortable chairs, a hearth that is already blazing in fire. And he comes over and steps into the doorway, walks in. Make yourself comfortable. If you want something, just let me know and I'll think it. It'll happen. How's your journey? Rough, I suppose.
I would like my brother George to be here.
A ghostly figure of your brother George appears next to you. It's not actually your brother George, but, it's the best I can do.
Oh. That's disappointing.
He says hi, by the way. I was just in Chronicles a few days ago. Or a few solars ago, sorry.
Very good. Has he been getting my letters?
He has been. He would like to talk to you.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, that's something at least.
I've got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of intel and information things. I mean, he's genuinely relaxing in a chair. Like, he's kicked his feet up. A footstool's materialized under his feet as they start lowering down. But I kind of need to know what's going on in your situations, because I lead a lot of relief efforts, and I know there's stuff going on in Grantina. Things are looking interesting in your side of the park, Snazboop.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, as far as why we're here, Julian asked us to escort Slabarat and Obavina to this big old tree. Which,
oh, you guys looking to expand?
Potentially. I think there's a question of whether that's a possibility or not, but they could speak for themselves, I'm sure. Slabarat, Abavine?
Oh, we are always looking to expand.
That's not disturbing.
Think of it as having a friend that you're used to being far away, actually not being that far away.
Well,
and quite possibly in your backyard.
You guys would be all over the place if you agreed to give me your acorns to begin with. But no, apparently only Aberrat can be handled by aberrations. You guys got one?
It's a delicate process.
Take that as a yes.
What are these acorns?
It's essentially a seed of Aberrat. It's his way of planting his hive
Okay.
growth around the world.
Does
Planting
each
a seed
aberration
across
have
the
one?
globe.
You guys only have one. They take a very long time to make. It took Abrat about 20 years to make this one.
I'll
this is
give you
very
my
complicated.
acorn if you give me your lungs.
Abovine looks down at Slabrat, and Slabrat hears in his mind, no.
I can actually do that. Are you serious? Because I will.
No.
I will do that. I can give you my lungs. I can just grow new ones.
Slabberat was not prepared for that. My point is as essential as air is to you, and I am now questioning that essential nature. I cannot give up my acorn, as I'm sure you know this.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so you
would go, air is essential to you?
to some people, yeah. Well, to me as well, actually. I was made with the essential quality of requiring air, and I haven't bothered getting rid of that yet. I had other priorities. Like sleep. Who needs to sleep? I hate it. It's such a waste of time. Took me 13 years, but I don't need to anymore.
Oh, well, then how can you dream?
Yeah, that's the only thing I miss. I'm trying to fix that now. You guys are comfortable with gene manipulation, right? Because that's what I do.
Potentially?
Schnozzboop. Actually, I feel like you might be the one who might actually have the strongest opinions on it. So let me clarify for the player for lore knowledge on this. Gene manipulation is a big no-no these days in Ira Dein because of the gene wars. It was the manipulations in it that caused the whole wars to begin. Basically, like giant gases that forcibly changed populations, vast levels of populations.
I see.
But you're also from the states of Opchula, which still utilize gene warriors who actively manipulate their own genes. So it's kind of a catch-20.
So, I mean, that's a tricky subject, Callus, my friend. In a sense, gene manipulation's what killed my wife.
Oh, crap. Sorry. I didn't know that.
So that, by my understanding, it was a lack of discipline, a lack of controls on one's experiments that went too far, as it were. I thought gaining knowledge was a goal unto itself, rather for a purpose. That being said, my homeland is protected by gene warriors, as I'm sure you know, and they are a great asset. So, as with most things, it comes down to intent and how one uses that, which I don't know you very well, Callus, but I'm sure you use it well, but just something to keep in mind.
Yes, I absolutely use it well.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to insight just to see if we're lying here.
Okay, go for it.
A 21?
There's definitely a hint of, he rides the line. A lot.
I see. Snozzboop will, I don't know, does he need to lean down? How tall is Callus?
Callus is, he's, human clone base, so about twice your height.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he was still child size.
Like super relaxed. Yeah, he's not child size anymore. He fixed that problem. He looks like a like a mid-30s adult.
Okay, great. Well, in that case, Snozzboop will, standing, come up to near his ear, if he's relaxed, and say something. Callus, we must always be careful of justifying our own actions for our own ends. Horrible beings have turned evil by not doing so. I would suggest perhaps a friend that can reel you in when necessary. But that's just my take. There are other avenues.
I appreciate it, Snozboop. I had the
Of
consent
course.
speech given to me a few years back. I know consent is important.
I'm
Only
not
if
sure
they
what that
ask for it.
means. I'm not sure how that what that means or how that applies here, but all I was saying is,
It's only myself I put at risk, and only if I need to. My adopted mother would throttle me if I didn't keep an eye on that.
very good. Well, let me know if you need assistance. And
Will do. Thanks, man.
Snozboop will pat him on the head as you would a 4-year-old who has no idea what he's doing. Even though obviously Callus is very old.
You could see he's doing the math in his head and then comes to the realization and conclusion that you have about 5 years on him.
Oh, okay, sweet. And then, and in case it wasn't clear, Snozboop said all of that in a bit of a whisper, just trying to keep it between the two of them.
Yee.
And let's see. And that was a dirty 20 stealth for that whisper.
Oh, nice.
And then in a regular tone, she says, so, now that we're here at the tree, the lab has arrived. Should we get to it?
We certainly can. I have the intel on the location, the gene lab, what I know of it, where this tree came from. If there's anything else, I mean, any other questions before we hop into business standard here? I mean, there's a lot going on around here.
Well, I think that's Slabarat, Abavine, anything?
I think that all sounds agreeable.
Great. Okay, well, if you guys got your thinking caps on, let me give you the rundown on the wonderful tree here. Couple of things you gotta deal with here. Alright, so first thing is there's a zigzag in there. Zigzags, they're mythical. Mythical. They're really rare. Very, very, very hard to come by. Little trickster creatures. They like to play tricks on things. Very, very little is known about them. They're rarely seen. They're seen as attached to the god of chaos. So they haven't been seen for something about 500 years. Cycles. That's what Ira Deins say. I think only these other two, Slabra and Abavine. You two would get the whole year reference. Years, cycles, they're the same thing. I'll say years because I was trained in years, and it's going to take me a bit to get used to cycles. But yeah, those things, one of those is in there. As far as I can tell, they're kind of like, what are those things called? The creatures that ask for the riddles, that only let you pass if you answer their riddle. Sphinx, that's it, yeah. They're kind of like
trolls.
Those. Oh, actually, yeah, no, trolls in some locations do that if they're not just if they've been recently fed.
They linger under a bridge?
Yeah, trolls. They linger under bridges sometimes, and if they do that, if they're asking you for a thing, that you've got a chance to survive. If they're asking you, otherwise they just want to eat you. Experience.
They can try.
They can try. Well, for you, yeah. But so zigzags, they're kind of like sphinxes, but they don't require the riddle. There's the translation. Okay, so the direct translation I was given was you have to eat it, but I don't think that's accurate. You don't have to eat this thing. I think you just need to catch it. If you catch it, it'll talk to you. Otherwise, it won't. But that's not the tricky bit. I mean, you might just be thinking, well, we could just get rid of it. I mean, you won't be able to plant your acorn while you're here, or while it's in there. You got to convince it to move. These things are territorial. It will destroy your acorn if you try to plant it while it's still in there. It's claimed this tree. This is its home. So the course I would take is catch it and talk to it and try to convince it to leave. I don't know if that's possible. You could also try to, just kill it, but if you do that, you got to deal with the followers of the god of chaos, because they worship these things. And there's this. It's on the other side of the tree, but there is a campment of them. They've been sending people in, and none of them been coming out yet. They are here, and don't anger them, because that's my advice. I mean, you guys do what you guys do. I'm just here as an advisor.
What if we built them a new shrine?
You would have to build another tree like this. And I don't know if that's possible. If you drank any of the cider yet, it's a kind that I had in a different place. All this is fashioned off my own memories, and I've eaten a lot of good stuff, so if you guys want some food, too, let me know. Anyway, so the zigzag, yeah, gotta get rid of that. Convince the cultists to follow after it. I call them cultists. They're not really cultists. They don't mean anything violent. They're just pranksters. This thing's a prankster too. I don't know exactly what it does. I just know catching it's not easy. I only found one reference of one ever being caught. And I actually don't know what it looks like either. I mean, there's the little quotations of what it does. So, I mean, I suppose I really can't be telling you I know for a fact this is a zigzag. It's just the tails and all the other little bits that come together. It just makes sense. The most sense possible.
Interesting. Any ideas on how to find it to talk to it?
Go in the tree? So, the tree, it's not one tree, it's a bunch of trees, forcibly grown through the gene lab down below. This gene lab, from what I could tell and what I've gathered, was the purpose of it was a nature manipulation, trying to figure out how to control nature and how to move things around, forcibly grow trees faster, that kind of stuff. A lot of insecticide stuff as well. But as far as I can tell, only the trees survived. They've grown out from the lab underneath. These roots, actually, we're standing on the roots right now. They go way underneath the ground here. It's twisted. It's a big maze inside. Huge maze inside. And there's a few entrances to get into the center of the tree. But once you're in there, it'll start pranking you immediately.
Interesting. Well, what kind of pranks do we know?
Sticking your feet to the ground, making gravity reverse itself, dumping a bunch of honey on you, and then sicking some bees on you. Childish things. Some of them will hurt.
Can it only be caught by magical means?
No. The record I read that had them one being actually being caught, it was caught by bare hands. Now, mind you, this stuff is done by research on records, what's written. There could be stuff that's left out. There could be pieces of information that I'm missing. Whoa, what's up? Hey, Ghost Pepper! Thanks for the raid. And Caller Flums. Wow, double raids.
Goodness.
At the same time,
a
goodness.
double raid.
Hello, how y'all
Hello, everybody.
doing? We are inside a magical mansion discussing the next course of path. What's up? How y'all doing? Hey, what were you up to? There's so many...
Wow, hold on. I got another one. Are you guys ready?
Hello there. Hit me.
Hello there. How y'all doing, Ghost Pepper? I did that one right. It was Soda, Ghost Pepper. What were you playing? You were playing a thing. Cool.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Excellent.
Head into this massive tree to talk to a trickster creature.
A trickster creature, yeah. Trickster
Learning
creature.
learning as much information as we can.
Before they head in. Quack. Call a raid. Thanks so much. Welcome to the inn where we play TTRPGs and have a hoot. They're talking about a giant tree, which is hilarious because they just did our social tree.
I just did that, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Welcome, welcome. Don't pay heed to the background. The background's actually supposed to be full of snow. I just don't have a scene for that. They happen to roll a blizzard for their encounter for the last trek of their journey.
Tends to happen with us.
It does, yeah.
Well, if anyone doesn't have any more information or questions to ask, let's get to it, I'd say. To the tree?
I'm going to quickly ask.
You said it's a trickster.
Yes.
But is it intelligent?
From everything I've read, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's intelligent.
How smart is it, do you think?
Well, the followers of the God of Chaos has kind of they've sent in 6 people and none of them have come out. I don't know if it's killing them or if it's leaving them. I mean, everything I've read said these things are kind of pacifists. They just like to trick people into dying and not actually doing the damage themselves. So I would say intelligent. Like, speaking intelligent, especially if it can speak. I mean, speaking's a big kind of tell. For me, at least.
You'd be surprised.
You know,
plenty of morons can speak.
Oh, true. Painful.
Bovine snorts.
Okay. I don't think I had my voice mod on for that. That's okay.
You did actually, yeah.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Snozboop did it earlier. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do an insight on Callus just to see if there's anything he might be holding back. Not in any malicious way, but because he doesn't think it's relevant. You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's not terrible. What's my modifier for that? At 21.
21. He really wants to ask you for a blood sample. He really wants to ask you to make sure that you get a blood sample from it. He really just wants blood. He wants samples from everyone around here, but he's controlling himself. He's not asking.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Snozboop and I'm gonna nod at you as like confirmation for what you said earlier. That like, yeah, we should get to this tree as soon as we get rested up, and because it was about nightfall, right, when we got here.
It's getting to nightfall, and Callus will add, you guys look exhausted. Just take the night at least, okay? The temperatures are gonna decrease to unlivable standards, and I don't know what the inside of that tree is gonna look like. At the very least, stay the night in here. Okay, you still look exhausted. Two of you still
You convinced me already, good Callus. Convinced me already. Lead the way to the beds and the bread.
The bread's gonna be downstairs. Let's go have a feast. Actually, no, we'll save the feast for the morning. But your rooms, if you guys don't mind following me.
Lead the way.
Okay.
And I'm still wrapped in towels, and somehow I'm still shivering. Been like 30 minutes, and somehow like this shouldn't make sense magically, but I'm still.
those blue ethereal figures as well have been occasionally coming around and replacing towels that have lost the magical sense of what they do with new ones. So you are still cocooned in this nice warm thing, but still shivering. When you all follow Callus, he takes you up another couple of levels and then points at some doors that have your names over them. Two of the doorways don't have your name, don't have Abavine and Slabarat over them just yet, but when you get up there, you can see the names appearing over the door frames, just getting etched in to the wood that's there.
Oh.
As soon as you open the door to your name, it'll make it out to the way you want it to be, and you can rest comfortably.
Excellent. Snozum's gonna go in and immediately fall asleep. He's exhausted. In a non-literal sense, because he doesn't actually have exhaustion.
Now, purely for the aesthetic appeal of it, Schnozboop, when you enter your room, what does it look like?
Yeah. Can it have windows in this situation?
Oh, yeah. And they can appear to look out to anything. It won't actually look out to that area. It'll just be giving you the illusion that that's what you
great.
see.
Well then, it will be a room. The walls are made out of like sapling-sized wood all the way around, with lots of windows looking out into a heavily wooded area. There'll be a small bed made out of straw, and a really big fire, even though that doesn't make any sense in this situation, going on in one of the corners.
Nice. Excellent.
He's going to go into that bed of straw and fall asleep.
Immediately just snores, coming out. And for the rest of you?
Give it to us, Big Ten. I want to know what Big Ten's secret special bedroom is.
Big Ten's not going in any door. He's just gonna look at Callus like, really? And then just start floating up and floating down and just exploring. So he doesn't have a room.
Slabarat Abavine? Because mine's just depressing. Let's be honest here.
Yours is just hell. On fire.
There's a stretcher table for his legs and his arms to get attached and then stretched out.
Attached and stretched.
A little light
All right,
torturing before bed.
I'll do mine very quickly. It's literally concrete and wood. It looks exactly like it's from Zellum. There's no bed. There's no like furnishings at all. It is a blanket crumpled up into the corner of the room.
It's a cell.
A self-made one might say. A self-made prison.
We're not dealing with damaged goods here. All right, Slabrat, Aberdeen.
Definitely not.
Slabberat's room is strangely mossy. There is a dampness to it, but it's comfortable. It's sweet smelling. It's not like awful, but there is a dankness to it, where it's kind of thick in the air. Like if you've ever opened someone's house and they're running a swamp cooler inside or something. All that humidity just kind of running through the air. You feel it when you open this door. It's like a thickness. That humidity. Yeah.
It's like Florida.
It is home.
Humidor.
But before Slabberat goes inside, he notices Ultian shivering still, even. And offers a touch on the shoulder and says, "Might this cold be a little less biting?" And casts protection from energy for cold resistance.
Ooh. Okay. And it feels less biting, Ultian.
What level spell?
3?
3? Ugh.
Yeah, it's a level 3. That's going to be a roughie.
That's going to be a roughie. It's 2 18s.
It's like a 12%
Let's see if we
chance.
can... Oh, there's 1 18. Let's see.
No.
14 plus 3 is a 17.
17,
so won't happen.
not quite. Almost.
Close. Even if I don't even know if I'd want it. But anyway.
Almost said protection from the elements.
Thank you, Slabberat.
Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Abovine. His door opens up into. If you have dark vision, you can tell. If you don't have dark vision, it looks too dark. But it opens up to a pitch black cave, where it's just a cave wall with, kind of the dreary, droopy stalactites and stalagmites everywhere. But in the very center of it is this padded down section with what looks like moss and then straw and then more moss and then some like leaves and then some stuff to be thrown down for bedding. And yeah, that's his room.
Excellent. Course of the day takes you all the exhaustion of trekking 2 days through 3 feet of snow in terrible conditions. Exhaustion sweeps over, and those of you who sleep, sleep. Those of you who need to do short rests, do your short rests and meditations. In the morning, you are greeted, even though your doors are not open, by the wafting smell of a delicious breakfast.
Are we done with exhaustion? Yes.
You are done with exhaustion, yeah. You've had enough time in between, and a very comfortable situation here.
All right, well, I'm going to regroup with everyone and go get some food.
Now, for this, beforehand, Big Tin, while you're watching the preparations of this breakfast getting readied and set up, a bunch of empty dishes are getting placed in places. A very rich goblet is in Callus's hands as he's walking around and inspecting everything. About 10 minutes later, the goblet dissipates into dust, and food materializes on all of the platters. A feast, a veritable feast for everyone to be engorged on. including you, Victon, there is some kind of thing for you to consume in order so you can benefit from this spell as well, because I need you to learn a level 6 spell, potentially.
6.
Level 6, yeah. This is a
Oh,
Hero's
I think I know what
Feast.
this Hero's Feast.
Mm-hmm.
6. Let me just verify something real fast. But
Let's see if you can.
sixes would be beyond what I can roll.
15 plus 6, 21, right?
My arcane's +3.
Yes, you can roll an
So-
18 twice, potentially.
6. Hold it.
15 plus
You're
6 is
right.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21. Yeah, I can roll 18 to her. Okay, yeah, I guess so. Ugh, yeah. What are the odds? But
Well,
anyway,
you've been rolling well today, so.
Do it.
I do remember a 1 too.
Yeah. True. Oh,
Well,
no,
there's
never
a
mind.
7 right off the bat. Doesn't matter.
I had to try.
Yeah.
Snozboop's going to try all the things that look good. Just take a little bit of this, a little bit of this, put it on his plate. Try all that. Do it again with the other things.
It's
Don't
exquisite.
eat the bowl of lightning.
Yeah, ball of lightning. You just stick your face in and it, like, lapping up like what a cat. It's moving, so you're not disturbed. The ball's
Snozboop
big
is going
enough
to
so
try
you're
the
wide.
bowl of lightning as well.
It hurts. It's painful.
But he's resistant to lightning.
True. So no damages, but it's like touching. It's like shifting your feet on carpet with slippers on for about 15 minutes just so you can zap someone's nose.
He finds this very amusing, has second helpings.
Veritable feast, devourable by all, callous as you all approach to begin with. Please enjoy, eat up, eat all you can. There are some delightful benefits to this. But yeah, I don't fully know what you're walking into, so this is the best I can prep you. And Julian's just going to pay me back for this. He doesn't know yet, but he will. It's
Excellent.
1,000 gold to cast the spell, by the way.
Huh. If there's one thing that Peter the player hates, it's spells that cost things. So I'm glad somebody else has to pay it. Great. Excellent. Well, I'm happy to hear it. Thank you so much. Callus and Julian in absentation? What's that word? In
absence.
In absence.
In
yes.
absence. Absentation. I like that, though. We're going to make that a word. Absentation.
That is not a word.
It is
at all.
now.
English is
Absentia.
slurry, but it's not
Absentia.
that
That's the word.
slurry.
Absentia.
Absentia. That's, yeah.
We don't speak English here. We speak
What is
Common.
English?
And I speak Gnomish, Elvish, Dwarvish, Draconic, a bunch of other languages too, but I've never heard of English. What's that? Little fun aside, all of you gain 14 points of temporary hit points. This is temporary that can be healed with healing spells. It'll last you... how long? 24 hours. So, for the entire day, you're also immune to being frightened. And wisdom saving throws are done at advantage. And none of you were diseased or poisoned, so you're good on that. You're also immune to being poisoned. There we go.
If only
There's
there
not
was
a
like
button
a
that
hero
just gives
feast
you-
button. Yeah,
right?
exactly. If only there was a hero feast button within
I missed half of what you were saying while I was trying to
D&D
figure my
Beyond.
hit point thing out.
This will 100% have to be re-explained to us
Yeah,
next week.
I remember
just so
it.
everyone is
Immune
on the
to
same
poison.
page.
Immune to
poison.
Frightened.
Frightened. And advantaged on
Wisdom saving throws.
Yeah.
And
You can,
14
at the
temporary
very
HP.
least, get the temp HP down.
Yeah. The rest, We'll have. Just keep noting, like, your notebooks saying under the effects of Hero's Feast.
Yeah.
For now.
God.
Anywho's will be.
To the tree.
Yep. Head on out to the tree.
Before we leave, like as we're leaving the door, I'm gonna turn to Callus, and I'm gonna say,
And don't worry, I'll try my best to get you a sample. Somebody else needs one.
That would be amazing. We know nothing about these creatures. If it is what I think it is, I'd do anything. Please. Thank you.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and I'll just bring you back its head.
Don't kill it.
I'm not gonna reply to that. I'm just gonna immediately leave.
Yep. Heading out.
On the road again.
On the road again.
Can't wait to get on the road again.
The door opens and immediately the cold bites, eating through what thin layers you might have unprepared for weather like this. You head up to the tree. The snow around, as you're getting closer to it, begins to lessen. At around a radius of 100 feet from the base of this tree, there is no snow. It's just green grass with flowers buzzing around. Looks like spring here. There's a very large opening you can see that goes into the tree, into the knotted mass. What's up, Abavine?
You say the flowers were buzzing around?
Yeah, they are buzzing around. When you put your ear up to one of the flowers, it's buzzing.
Meat.
Slabrat will hear in his mind from Abavine. We should have grown ourselves with the ability to speak with plants. I'm sure these are saying a lot.
They seem quite busy.
Snotsboop is going to take 5 minutes. And he's just going to sit on the ground and do a 5-minute sketch draw of these buzzing flowers. Because he believes that Tuffy would enjoy it and she would find it interesting. So he's gonna try his best to get all the details in a 5-minute sketch.
Okay, yeah. Getting some details. You are proficient in calligraphy. I'm not going to have you do a check for this. This is too nice of a notion. You get a nice sketch of these very variety-looking colored flowers. They all look the same, but they're all different colors. It's vibrant in this field. All kinds of colors all around you, and there's this palpable energy around that makes everything feel like it buzzes. When you sit down, you put your hand on the ground, that shocking sensation you got from the ball of lightning, you almost feel a bit of a buzz to your hand as you're touching the ground. Like a numbing sensation vibrating through.
Is there physical energy in the ground?
There is physical energy in the ground, BT. You can tell.
Yeah, that's easy.
You can feel physical energies coursing through the ground, and it's all emanating from the tree.
Excellent. Got that sketch. I don't know if the group stopped or not, but if they didn't, he's gonna run to catch up.
Go ahead. You keep going. I forgot to, on this last rest, change a spell.
Do to it.
my spells are reflavored as tech, so because I'm an artificer. Let me quickly do that. I completely forgot. I have a trap that we might be able to set for this guy if I can get in there and not be seen. So this is my plan. Anyway, continue. Sounds boop.
Okay, so I guess, Ultian, at the same time that Snaz Boop started drawing, had an idea and started going through his books and equipment. And about the time that Snaz Boop finishes with his sketch, Ultian also figures it out. And so they, again, walk to this massive tree and look for the entrance.
Okay. Yeah, there's a big entrance right in front that leads into the tree itself. As you get closer as well, the temperature even changes. It's not freezing anymore. It really does feel like a spring atmosphere around here. Very comfortable.
Hey, as we're all looking for the door and getting ready, I'm gonna start getting the components of this contraption up, this snare trap, if you will. It's gonna take me a minute to set up, but it's hopefully it's effective enough. I'm gonna ask everybody.
Who has rope?
Pretty sure I have a bunch.
I think you do, yeah. I'm pretty sure you do. I think you got 40 feet. Typically it's 50, but you cut 10 feet off. For another purpose. That was someone who did that. I can't remember who, though.
Maybe I don't have rope. Oh, I do have rope. I have 2 50-foot.
Oh!
I have 100 feet of rope.
Perfect. Anyone else? Snozboop, give half of that to Slabberat. This is my plan.
It's not a little late. A little late to everyone doing things. Abelvine suddenly pulls out 50 feet of hempen rope.
Oh.
It's very
and
nice.
hands it over.
This is my plan. When we get in there, I'm going to come in last. That way there's less of a chance that he notices me first. With a big group like you four, especially with Big Ten, maybe I'll have a bit of cover. I'm going to set the trap, and it's up to the rest of you to get him back in my direction.
It might be good to know how your trap works so as to better understand how to assist you.
Yeah, you're probably right, Snozpoop.
I'm going to explain to them that this trap is in a 5-foot radius on the ground or floor. It is invisible unless through magic means. It requires a successful intelligence saving check against my spell save DC. Excuse me. So that's going to be really hard for him. I need you guys to understand. The trap triggers when a small, medium, or large creature moves onto the ground or the floor that the trap is set on. The creature must succeed in a dexterity saving throw or be magically hoisted into the air, leaving it hanging upside down 3 feet above the ground. Restrained creature can make a dexterity saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect if it on a success. Okay. Alternatively, If somebody else comes up and does an intelligence check against my DC, they can unrestrain this creature. So if he's got a friend, they can get him out of it. Yeah, this is my plan. I'm gonna say this in my own voice. That way, it's easier for everyone here and at home to understand. If we can get this guy into the trap, I want everyone to have rope on them handy. That way, he does not get the chance to make a dexterity saving throw at the end of his turn to get himself out of. I need you guys to wrap him up as quickly and as tightly as possible. Whoever's nearest and whoever can get to him quickest. This is all relying on him not seeing me and you guys being able to lead him back to the trap. So I'm going to give you guys a pep talk about how whatever happens in there, whatever you see, it is not real. Where the situation we walked into is the real situation, right? It does not matter. So you have to make your judgment calls based off of that. I'm going to give them the strictest pep talk about this. And what else? I'm going to ask you guys what you guys think. If you guys have anything to add, anything that might detract from my plan to make us rethink.
Well, I don't know if this creature is likely to fall into a trap of this nature, but it's as good a try as any, I suppose, given the information that we have. So I will do my best and try to conversate with it if I am able to do so, as always. All right.
I have a backup plan. In
Slabberat,
case.
what's the plan? The backup plan?
Plan B.
We simply need to convince this trickster to leave, right?
And stay gone, I believe.
Can magically suggest that this creature go live somewhere else and continue that search until that is accomplished.
But then won't they just come back?
I don't know.
In my mind, and I'm just thinking of small children here when I'm thinking of a trickster's mind, when they figure out that they have been tricked, they don't like it, and they double down on the nefarious little dabblings that they get into. So it seems like it would be they would leave and then come back and do something even worse. In my mind. But I haven't been a child for a long time, so.
Fortunately, the method I am suggesting is not a mere charm, but is a powerful method of suggestion. They feel no ill effects once accomplishing the task we set them out to do.
Do they have an opportunity to know that you did it? And does it end at any point?
It ends when the task is accomplished. But no, they are not aware.
Okay. Player knowledge. I'm pretty sure Snozboo would have a lot of knowledge about whatever this is.
This is suggestion, level 3 spell.
And I'm pretty sure that they know.
It says you suggest a course of activity and magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and can understand you. It must be worded in such a way as to make the course of action sound reasonable. So asking the creature to stab itself, throw itself into a spear, do some other obviously harmful act ends the spell. So the target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it pursues the course of action described to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration, which is 8 hours. If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finishes what it was asked to do. You can also specify conditions that will trigger a special activity during the duration. For example, you might suggest that a knight give her war horse to the first beggar she meets. If the condition isn't met before the spell expires, the activity isn't performed. If any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends. So unlike a charm, where they're aware and they're angry about it, or even like a friend's spell,
I'm pretty sure
seems
this
that
universe
suggestion.
still know about it. Is that right, JP?
Entirely depends on your base of knowledge of the creatures you're dealing with. In this case, so to give you aspects on ideas like suggestion, like what you're saying, you could tell someone to take a walk, and they would be taking a walk for 8 hours, and then finishing after the 8 hours, like they've concluded. They've taken a walk. They will not necessarily know. It is still considered a charm effect, so if they are immune to charm effects, it won't work. What Slabrat is suggesting is possible. So what I have to say to this is you can certainly try.
So, just maybe I'm let me be more clear, perhaps. At the end of those 8 hours, will this creature, would any creature, let's say he just cast a suggestion on some random human, would that creature know that they had been charmed?
It would depend on the intelligence level of the creature. Like you're right to say that even some humans would not know. Like if they didn't have any precipice of knowledge to this spell, there's no feasible way they could potentially know. What I have to say is you don't know enough about this creature to be able to tell whether or not it would know. But you do know enough about the spell to know that that they won't automatically know. Like with friends, when it's over, they automatically know they had a spell cast on them. With this, they won't automatically know a spell's been cast, so it depends on the intelligence level of the creature.
Okay. Well, Slabrat, that is potentially a good backup plan. We'll keep it in mind. Yeah, given the nature of the creature, I think it would be potentially harmful. But if it's not working, it's not working. And we'll be ready for all avenues. Except violence, of course.
How long do these acorns take to sprout? Like,
that is a good question.
Colonize.
A very long time.
So it's not like a
It's not like an
24-hour
instantaneous
process.
thing. Yeah, it's going to take time to gestate.
Okay.
A few years of cultivating and careful growth. After you plant the acorn, both of your jobs, Slabra and Abavine, is to be caretakers, to protect it as it grows.
Okay.
It has to leave in a way that it's not going to come back in 8 hours.
Yeah.
But we could word it in a way to where it's like, you will find a place that is satisfactory and superior to your current abode.
Let me ask you this. It took us 2 days to get to this tree and we didn't see any other. It's not in, there's no other trees within 8 hours that it's going to like.
Although, the creature may be able to travel much faster.
Also true.
It is a trickster.
I'm just saying. May not work like that, but good luck.
Valid points. All valid points.
Well,
what if we try and convince him to go back to Callus?
That seems unlikely and potentially bad for Callus.
You want to make an enemy? Okay.
But if we can prepare him for it, he seems much more capable than the 5 of us at trapping him.
I mean, I'm just thinking of like 1,000 4-year-olds running around Callus's lab. Seems bad.
mansion is exactly what Callus wants it to be, right?
I suppose that is true. Although, would the trickster not be able to have some control over what he wants it to be as well? I know when I went to my room, it was exactly what I wanted to be, in my bedroom. I don't know the rules of the house.
Should have asked these questions before we left.
Indeed.
But you told him you were bringing back a sample. We just didn't say it was the whole thing.
That is true. All I'm saying is, stranger things have happened. So it is an option.
Well, and ideally, the number one outcome would be that we have a nice conversation with this being and they just agree to go somewhere else. I don't know how likely that outcome is to happen, but possible. Secondarily, it's captured in Ultian's trap, and we can have a more coerced conversation, hopefully, and they agree to go somewhere else. Third option, we use this charm ability that Sabarat brought up, and either... Well, I guess we should decide. Do we want to suggest that it goes into Callus's house, or to go just find somewhere else? Go find the faraway tree or something.
In worst case scenario, I have to scrape samples.
You broke up, what'd you say?
In worst case scenario, I have to scrape samples off of walls.
That would be a very unfortunate last case scenario. I would do my best to convince the cultists of something else if that happened. But that being said, do we think if it comes to suggesting, should you try to suggest it to go be studied by Callus to see how Callus can assist the being, or just to travel in a direction as fast as they can?
Say that all again one more time, sorry.
So, just asking, if we do go the suggestion route, do we want to suggest that he goes into the mansion to have Callus help him, or do we want to suggest that he just travel in a direction as fast as he can?
This is both me as a player and Altian's thinking. If we send him away, this is going to be an issue somebody else is going to have to eventually deal with. But if we send him to the mansion, or at least outside of the mansion, and then we go in with him, there's at least the possibility that it can be contained, and or it's intelligent enough to know that it gets a pretty good deal out of hanging out in a mansion that with a room that it can make its own and just be studied for a little bit.
All right. That sounds like a good enough thing to me. We will suggest that it goes into the mansion to be... with us to be... Okay, with us to the mansion to be studied, to be helped by Callus. Okay, very good. Well, that seems like a very long series of plans. Hopefully the first one will.
Should we coerce as a last resort rather than a second?
Well, it's a third, really.
I think try to talk to him. If not, bring him back to my... We will lead him back to my trap. And
All right. To the tree entrance.
To the tree entrance.
To the tree.
Walking up to this tree entrance, You can see into the center of it. It's clear at first, but then you all see this figure zoop past. And to be clear, you're not inside yet. You're just walking up and seeing through this entrance. Then you see this burst of color come from nowhere. As this vibrant purple, pink, and white coloration comes out of the ground. A little blob hits another spot, another poof, and this zip of a colored figure zooms by again. More colorations pop, flip out of everywhere. Locations, things zipping around. Constantly in the locations you see these colorations coming out. It's passing by and soon another poof, zips out. And finally a little spot bursts with this coloration and a very large branch of tree growth comes bursting from the ground, growing its ways, whipping around and zipping up through the inside of this hollowed trunk. Just before you're entering, you can see more clearly what this figurine looks like. It's a fox squirrel-like figure, small in stature, smaller than you, Schnozzboob. It's brightly colored, pink, white, purple, all these vibrant colorations to its fur lining around, and it seems to be flying and zipping around, hovering inside this open space, zooming around, throwing these tiny little seed pellets that are all bursting into coloration.
Your trap's not going to work.
As soon as your party passes through this door, it freezes in its spot, whips around, and you see this gleeful smile grow on its face. I need all of you to roll wisdom saving throws. Keep in mind, you're at advantage.
Yeah, Big Ten, I think you might be right.
Was there an option to stealth?
Stealthing wouldn't matter. Passing through the door, he automatically knows.
Okay, that's what I assumed. Okay, wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
It's dirty 20.
Ooh.
Same.
I got a 17.
Schnoz and a 20. Altian on a 20 as well. Abovine on the Abrovine, a 17. Schlabrat and BT.
Dirty 20.
Another dirty 20, wow.
Oh, 3 of them. Nice.
Yeah.
15.
BT on a 15.
With a reminder of, is this psychic?
Ah, yes.
So, just so you remember me. Psychic's not the same.
Would you enter in Abovine and BT? The two of you, the scene around immediately turns to a mist that looks like it's been blown away by wind. And you find yourself standing, both of yourselves, standing on a very high up branch that is just wide enough to support you, BT. But as the two of you are realizing where you're standing now, still next to each other and seeing each other, you hear a and we're going to leave you two there. You other three, your branch is breaking, if it wasn't clear. You other three, you saved. You succeeded. It still looks at you with this gleeful grin. You're about 100 feet away from it. It's hovering 50 feet in the air. And you will hear inside your heads, "Ooh, you better catch me." As it zooms off. And that is actually where we're going to be finishing for the night.
Dang it.
He smiled at us and acted. Do I have an opportunity to smile back and act?
For the sake of the narrative, no.
Okay.
I was just getting you to a point of acting for next week. But good question.
Fair enough.
Normally, I might try to allow something like that, but for this, that's where we're finishing. with the zigzag. Entering into a zigzag layer.
Zigzag.
Zigzag.
Zigzag. Thanks everyone for coming in. Thanks for all the raids. Oh my goodness, there were so many great raids. Let's
3 raids.
Back to back.
three raids.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you everyone for all that delightfulness. My notifications don't give me the notifications of the raids, but Ghost Pepper, I know, Cauliflower as well. I've seen you guys around before. Thank you so much for the raids there. Who was the first one? I can't remember anymore.
Speaking of raids, I'm about to put a name in there.
Oh yeah,
raid.
we always raid someone at the end as well, so we got to share the love.
So stick around, guys.
Theater of the Unaligned. Oh, excellent. But next week we will be coming in with the Trial of the Zigzag. Them trying to make this place a home for the aberrations and dealing with whatever this creature is. Whatever it might be. But you're missing your, basically critter analyst, Taffy, at this point.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Alright, well, thanks
Alright,
everyone
guys.
again. Check out our Discord.
Yes.
Check out the merch. All our store stuff, everything you do supports the inn. We're still upgrading our own tech stuff and making sure we all have good tech for what we do. So that's where all the support goes, is to helping us have good tech and give you better stories. I'm realizing the middle screen things are a level behind and still have Zora,
Yes,
who is dead.
That's all right.
So it's okay.
Hey, what
We'll
are you
get it
gonna do,
sorted
folks?
eventually.
It's an in memoriam stat check.
My design person's been on holiday as well. I haven't wanted to bother her with any update stuff, but this is the week to do it. So stick around for the raid, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. We love you so much. Hope you had a hoot, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye. For now. Oh, wrong mouse.
Click it. Click it.
Ah!
May have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. Peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles and shouts.